And welcome back to the TSF Entertainment channel. It's your boy Retro CG, and I got a full house tonight. I got everybody in uniform. I got a full house tonight. I am joined by DJ Fresh Your Highness.
Yo, what up? What up? I know it's been a long time, but I'm finally here.
Wiki on the ones and twos. Hey, we got the juggernaut of souls in the building. Sound off, Juggy.
What's good?
Jacka Joyce, where you at, bro?
What up, though? I said, yo, what's good?
And then we got Mr. Planet Paperboy coming back to the fold again.
How you guys doing? Glad to be back. Two time.
And one of our queen bees that sit in the middle on the throne, Miss Honey in the building. And tonight
everybody in their uniforms looking like the New Jack City tape.
Okay.
I was gonna say death row picture, but that's cool too.
Who's the guy that gets stabbed? Who's the guy that gets stabbed, man? I don't want to be the guy that gets stabbed.
We tonight. So we're here to talk about the season finale of Raising Kanan season 2. If you don't know, now you know. I'm gonna hit you guys with that intro real quick, and we'll be back to talk about it. Whoa, not the outro, but the intro. And welcome back. Man, we got so much to talk about tonight with this episode. First thoughts, fam. What y'all think about the episode?
I loved it.
Man, a lot of stuff that we said was going to happen actually took place in season finale, man. And it was lit.
I thought it was great. I thought it was probably like, if not the first dopest episode, definitely the second. That I think it was 7 or 8. I can't remember which one I said it was a dope one, but this is definitely top 2.
I thought the episode was really good. I enjoyed it myself.
It didn't feel like a finale. I liked it. I enjoyed it, but it didn't feel like a finale. I will say that.
No, I never felt like a finale. Just how everything ended. It felt like a finale, but I got a lot of reservations about that.
Everyone, we have a special guest in the chat with us tonight. Oh my God, we got a special guest in the chat with us tonight. We got Demo in the building.
Demo, remember the name.
Remember
my name.
Demo was our MVP for the night, so we got to give out some shots to Demo. He came through for Marvin tonight, so I appreciate you joining in on us tonight, fam.
Absolutely.
Salute.
Miss Honey, you've been quiet. What's your thoughts on the episode?
That's the guy from the elevator?
Yes.
Yep.
Really? Welcome.
That's Debo. He was ready. He was ready to get Marvin the fade no matter what.
Oh, yeah,
that's why I like the character. I was like, he was not backing down. He was like, I don't care, wheelchair die. You about to catch this fade, Marv. Watch your mouth.
Watch your mouth.
Yeah, he did go hard. But listen, he was the guy that let Marvin in, right? He returned the favor. He saved Marvin.
That's right. He saved the day.
This goes to show you guys, no good deed is too small. You never know when you're going to get it back. You nigga. Welcome, Demo. I'm a rose amongst thorns. So I thought the episode was it was good. Okay, it was good. The whole season has been outstanding, which I don't think we can always say in this franchise. But I think, like Paperboy was saying, it just felt like a regular episode, even though we got bodies everywhere.
We sure did, yo. They were piling up.
Yeah, it's what you guys have wanted. The guys in the chat are like, even on my comments are like, yeah, it's not exciting enough. It's not enough shoot 'em ups. Well, this episode made up for it because it was like boom, boom, pow everywhere you go.
Right. Thanks.
Yeah. Well, the episode starts off where we pretty much assumed it was going to be, where Sam is back in the crack house. He's trying to get his, he's living his best life right now. Marvin don't gave him a pocket full of money. He didn't get on that bus. We knew there was going to be some problems with that. Marvin told him that, listen, if I see you again, I'm going to have to put you down. And he did that. He put him down.
Quick, too.
So do you guys think that Marvin had tears in his eyes because he's done this sort of 180 where he's really, really trying to be intentional about his feelings and redirect his anger? Or do you think he was crying in this scene because like Sam, he fought with addiction too? I don't know if it was crack or, if he was just on cocaine really bad. Like cocaine's like the new marijuana, pushed up against methamphetamines and all this other stuff. But I mean, I don't know. Was he crying because he too was at this place and fell so far because of drugs? Like, what do you think? Why do you think Marvin was so emotional about killing Sam?
I think he wanted to be good. I think he didn't want to kill him. He wanted to really change. But that speech that Sam gave him kind of is telling me that maybe Marvin turned that corner where he can't go back now. And I think that's why he was crying, because now he just feels like he's just one person where he has to be this killer type of guy. And he wants to not do that. So I think that's kind of where the speech was necessary, but I could be wrong.
I mean, it makes sense. Like Sam said, once you make that move, you can never really turn back. So I was just wondering, like, Marvin did, he's off the drugs now, but I wonder if it is applicable to his lifestyle. Because see, Lou, in theory, had the studio, but what does Marvin have outside of that? Like, we don't know any hobbies outside of eating that Marvin has outside of rocking the fam, right?
I agree with
I
that.
think next season.
I agree with that. I think Marvin can relate to Sam, but I also think it goes back to he's still kind of in grieving. He's grieving Renee's loss. Yeah, and I think he's taking some of the things he learned from Renee and trying to apply them to his fractured life. So I think a lot of it is like, here I am back at this crossroads again where I got to take a life, and I really didn't want to, but it comes with the job. It's just like what I was telling Lou, like, yo, this is the work. This is what we got to do. So, I think that Marvin was trying to get to a point where he can change or make changes to be better. But of course, the life keeps pulling him back in. I did enjoy Sam's backstory, and I like how they covered it. We didn't have to go into a whole bunch of flashbacks. We didn't have to get a whole bunch of conversation about it. It was quick and dirty, and it gave us a little backstory on Sam. A little too late, but it gave us a little backstory on Sam. So I agree with that.
Yeah, it was mad late. We should have known that like episodes ago.
Yeah, especially since we've spent so much time with him. We spent so much time with the character. So Unique rolls up on Rock at the diner, and he's coming to warn her that look,
chinchilla.
In his chinchilla.
What were those tissues?
He be having the dopest coat.
He be rocking that MCM though, boy.
Yeah, you do. Yeah, you do. Unique is pretty much giving Rock a warning, like, listen, Sal's coming for you. And Rock was like, I bet you told him exactly where to find me. He was like, nah, I ain't telling. I ain't no snitch or nothing like that. I'm just letting you know that we finna have blood in our streets or whatever, and Rock plays it cool. She plays it like a G. We got problems, but we getting ready to solve those problems. There's always gonna be blood in the streets or whatever. And out of nowhere, Unique asks Rock, hey, you ever started checking for me? You seeing it for me? And the crazy part about it is me, Miss Honey, and Planet Paperboy were talking about this the other night. We were talking.
What did Miss Honey? Who started it? Who started the conversation though?
You did.
Who started it? I said I wouldn't mind seeing Rock and Unique make out. Like, I would be cool with that. Like, I need to see what that energy would be like, because, I mean, season 1, they were this, right? And even though he's done some pretty heinous things, which I think she should have cut at least 2 fingers off for, taking her money,
Wow.
man. Like that was a serious offense, right?
Yeah.
They still have
Walk
gotten
away from
this.
that unscathed.
Yeah, but it turned out that they civil. You know what I'm saying? They like siblings almost. I mean, outside the fact that he obviously feeling it for her and to some degree. I don't know. Unique, you gotta watch Unique because Unique is a strategist. But still, that energy. But the energy she was giving him was like, nah, son. Nah, son. If I do it with you.
She didn't seem like she completely turned it off. Yeah, that's what I'm saying. She didn't seem like she completely turned it off. She seemed like she kind of entertained it at the end.
Yeah, she was
well, you
flattered.
always have an eye for your rescuer. Now he did come in on a white horse for her, or you know, a smoking gun, whatever.
She was flattered. She was flattered. She liked the attention. But actually, I see chemistry there. I see more chemistry with them two than with Cartier.
I do too.
I'm telling you, I saw it in the picture, man. I saw it in the picture.
In the same game, and they from the same city, so it's kind of.
Cartier was trying to impress her too much.
Southside fools.
Yeah, he was trying too hard.
She already got all the stuff that he was trying to impress her with, so she like, what's the point?
Yeah, he was dangling too much.
Get this stuff on my own.
Right.
Yeah, he was.
And that caviar wasn't doing it either. That caviar was the wrong move, man. I think it was like, oh, so nasty with that caviar.
I think it's the other way around, Xavier. I think the baby mama don't want no problems from Rock.
I was about to say the exact thing. Exactly. She didn't want no problems with Rock.
She didn't want no problems
at all. At all, not even close.
So, do we think that in season 3 we're going to get a Unique and Rock team? I've been saying that from the beginning.
It's
yeah, most definitely.
They're going to end up working together.
You can see it now.
Yeah, it's obvious. Especially since both of them have kind of lost their team. They've lost major players on their team. So, you know, they're going to make a new team. So, I'm here for this. I'm interested to see where this is going to go in the story.
I mean, Unique can never truly ever trust Rock. And that's the rub about the Rock character, right? Bettina does a beautiful job playing her because you do forget. You forget from scene to scene just how ruthless she can be. But once you do the tally, man, he can never trust her really.
Yeah, and the same for her and him.
Yeah, vice versa.
So they're going to be straight.
I don't know because he has a code. He's no snitch no matter what, even if it's on my enemy. He has a code. Rock doesn't really honor those same codes though.
Nah, Rock is going to do whatever it takes
just
to
saying.
get the job done.
Yeah, he's never ever really going to be able to trust her.
Yeah. The crazy part about it is, though, I can see both sides of it. I can see them actually being together, and I also can see them working together, but I don't know how both of that's going to go hand in hand. I think they're going to have problems on the work side. I think they're going to have problems on the relationship side because Rock's a man eater. You know, she don't know how to let herself be a woman next to a man. So I can't see them being involved in a relationship long. It's not going to go far because Rock's going to just, you know, try to treat Unique like she treated all the rest of the men in her life. And, you know, Unique ain't going for that.
I mean, he could backfire.
They're gonna be work husband and wife. They're gonna be in a relationship. They're gonna be like work husband and wife.
I guess.
Speaking of work husband and wife, Kanan and Famous.
This dude right here, he got the nerve to fix his mouth and say, if you gonna be camping out here,
you need to kick in.
I need you to
wow.
Look at this background. Please look at this trash ours apartment. It's gross. Okay, his bag right there by his head.
Did he have the nerve to fix his mouth to ask Kanan to help him pay the bills? And it's because of Kanan your ass is up in here now? Really? This nigga was just feeding you last episode. He just fed you last episode.
I'm telling you, he's like an ungrateful wife. He's the worst. Man. He's a nag. He's like a ball and chain. You know, he's Kanan's old lady.
Take him, please take him. I'm ready.
He's the worst.
He is the worst.
Completely unscathed this episode. Given what happened, we don't know what happened with the gun. None of that.
I know that was weird. That was a weird angle that I'm really disappointed they didn't do anything with.
Right, Lady V, he need to go get a job because he ain't going to school, so he need to go get a job.
Yeah, he gonna get a job. The streets are always hiring.
Right, the streets are always hiring.
He gonna get a job, all right.
apply at your nearest corner.
Yep.
Right.
They could always bring that old man back though, just like how they brought Sam back and be like, "Oh, I remember something now." So I think that's gonna happen in episode.
File for unemployment, Xavier. You got to have a job to file for unemployment.
You got to have something in the kitty.
Right. So Kanan asked him, he's like, "Well, what do you think about going back to the corner?" Like, he said his response was funny as hell. And Sam, what, my ass?
I mean, he might try it. He's not good at anything else.
Oh my God, he ain't good at making no music.
He's selling no beats, nothing.
Speaking of music, Lulu is back at the studio again, going through his mails. And at first sight, I thought it was just a stack of bills that the gift of Crown Camacho that keeps giving. But he gets a letter from the bank. And it wasn't clear to us at the moment what the contents of the letter was from the bank, but we knew that it was from the bank. And of
like
course,
I did it and freeze framed it.
Okay, so Demo wants to know how come Famous doesn't go back to rapping. He sucks.
He don't have nothing to rap about.
Oh, he got
I think it's more so because
he got plenty to rap about now.
Yeah,
I think
but that's the thing.
The situation with Lou, and you know what I'm saying, he tried to come in and give lay some tracks down, but Cartier was like, "We don't do nothing for free." So what's his hustle? He can't come back in and rap if Lou not letting him in the studio. I mean, well, he might now since Cartier is gone, but before then he wasn't. He was trying to get back in the studio so that he could lay something down, so that he could, put it out there. But now, I mean, you saw what happened when he came up there. Cartier was like, "Nah, we don't get nothing for free." So where else he gonna go to get that free studio time? Because remember, all his studio time was free.
Well, no, that wasn't what he was up there begging for. He was up there.
Well, I mean, yeah, but I mean, before, like in the previous joints,
right? Yeah, no, when he was begging last Sunday, he was begging help out. That would have been like a barter system.
Help out for rent.
For rent, right? But the reason why he hasn't gotten back in the studio because Lulu told his ass to be writing some rhymes. Like he ain't been coming up with no new music. So no, ain't enough for you to come back here and rap too. I can't make a beat to know.
I mean, he's been mollycoddled, man.
Mollycoddled.
You know what I'm saying? He's been mollycoddled. All he does is complain. You know what I'm saying? That's his currency. It's complaints, right? And it's always someone else's responsibility. You put that weakness of character with marijuana, which, by the way, is just a plant. Okay, if you should just so happen to set it on fire, right? No big deal. It's medicinal. It's all of those things. But the overuse of anything, especially that particular drug, robs you of your ambition. You know what I'm saying? Indica stands for in the couch, right? You ain't got no money. You about to set your friend out, okay? Who is really your only avenue to any type of coinage at all, but you pass in a blunt. Huh? I get it. You got 5 on it. That back in that day, you could take $20, you know what I'm saying, and you broke it down right like you could. You know what I'm saying? But for a lot of people, $20 is just one, you know what I'm saying, one roll, right? Yeah. At the same time, you got the money for this. Your man's has come up every time you needed money, your man's has gone to his family and shook him down in one way or another to get something for you. You know what I'm saying? You always got your hand out. This the type of end. That's why I'm like this. He can't be Breeze. It's no way he could be Breeze. He's too weak.
That's the issue that I have with Famous is because he don't know how to get out here and get out the mud for himself.
No, he don't have the tenacity.
He doesn't have the tenacity. He doesn't have the skills. But furthermore, he expects everyone else to solve his problems. Like you're the reason why you're in the position of destitute right now. It's nobody else's fault that you're destitute right now, but your own. But you want everyone else to come to the rescue, man.
Yeah, you keep putting yourself in these dumb situations. Like you've gone and shot Freddie, and then you just go back to your apartment.
No, drive by. He needs to drive by. He's a waste of space. Lulu's trying to figure out what's going on with this letter, and here comes fake ass Aaliyah, fake ass Cassie, with her version of Mary J. Blige's Real Love.
That was definitely.
What? Was that the beat? Was that
It
the
was
beat?
a sample.
It was
Definitely
a
the
sample.
beginning.
It was a sample. That 808.
Retro.
That 808 sound like it could have been. That 808.
Yeah. As soon as he played that, I'm like, are they playing like Mary J. Blige's tracks
As
like
soon as
that?
I heard it, I was like, yeah, they sampled that.
Yep.
It sounds
Yeah.
literally just like that.
I was like,
Yep.
what? I was in my review. I was like, if y'all know what song that is, put it down below because I couldn't call it up.
Well, we called it. We
Yeah.
called.
Man,
Yeah,
We
no,
called
we
it.
caught that real quick.
We caught that real quick because we were like, "Yo, this sounds familiar. This sounds very familiar."
I wanted her to
I
go
texted
and sing
the
to
minute
that
I heard
beat
it, like,
too.
wait a minute. You hear that?
And then she
Yeah.
hopped up in, but it was curious. Of course, she knows about Cartier now, and she even made a comment because Lulu was like, "Well, I thought you wasn't coming back through. I thought you were taking some time off because of the whole Cartier thing." And she was like, her parents had said something about they didn't want her to come back down there to the studio because people get killed in the music industry, and it was an ominous foreshadowing because that's
Yeah.
exactly what ended up happening to her.
Yeah, that was messed up.
Yep.
Night.
She's talking about
At least it wasn't
Night,
off
night.
camera. At least they showed it.
Yeah. But at
They
this point,
showed
she's just like, she's ready to showcase her new beat to Lulu. Lulu listens to it or whatever. And she goes in the booth to, hum, skip, snap to a beat or whatever. I don't know what it is she do it because singing ain't one of her fortes. I know Xavier's gonna clown me about it because Xavier likes her, but I can't stand her ass. I'm glad she's gone. Bye.
Man.
Can I pop my collar? Because everybody was in the comments arguing me down. Oh, he ain't gonna do all that. He tried to get some pussy. He ain't gonna do all that. I told y'all
Boy,
that Corey was pressing up on Jukebox because someone had sent him to press up on Jukebox.
Southside Brooklyn bats on that boy. Dang. And
She
the
ran a
police
good skate on
is
him.
still kicking him.
She did set it off. She set it off on his ass for real.
Look at him got his little
He needed his ass whipped.
Yeah, he needed his ass whipped, especially them comments. He's like, "You crazy fucking bitch." And then he called her a dyke. He called her a
I
dyke.
love when she told the police, she was like, "We're just playing, we're just kicking it."
Just kicking it.
Well, that was hilarious. That was hilarious.
Jukebox had them hands. Jukebox gave him them hands. Yo. He was like,
He's
"Oh,
never
look
gonna
at
be able to
father
tell
is."
that story
I
right,
got no
man.
dyke. She said, oh, I'm a dyke. Okay, I got you. She ran that fade on him real good.
Hard. I was so
Mhm.
glad to see it. I wanted her to take it, skip
Well,
right
she
on
put
over
them
there to
buttons
Kenya's
to work,
house and put some paws on her.
Yeah, I was hoping she drag him by his hair and like just start punching, like he deserved this ass kick to get this ass kicking. That fade was well deserved.
Well deserved.
I
But
mean,
if
that
it wasn't for
real
the
work,
police
that real
officers
work
pulling
ain't
up,
no
she
joke.
still would have been whooping his ass. If them cops didn't pull up, she still would have been whooping his ass. I don't want no
Oh,
hard
absolutely.
feelings after the
Boy,
fact.
she put
Yeah.
them 6-inch brothers to work, boy. She
Well,
beat his
yeah.
ass.
She stumped his ass out real
I
good.
personally feel like Tim's are the best shoes to give rib work in because
She gave a little bit. She gave a little bit of rib work.
they support the ankle so you can really get up in between that sternum. You know what I mean?
Absolutely.
Nah, I don't know. Nike boots
Especially
might
with the
be a
toe
little bit
box.
better.
That's what I was thinking too.
Yeah.
A pair of Nike boots, to the face.
Yeah,
Nike
them
boots
ACG
got a lot
boots
more
between
support than you do with them.
ACG boots and some 6-inch butters. Yeah,
Yeah.
you can put some work in on somebody.
Yeah. It would have been even better if she
either
had
way.
a steel toe in it. If she had a steel toe in it, that would have just been priceless.
Oh, he
Yo.
killed him through
Bro.
the oh.
I feel like using brass knuckles, bruh.
Yeah.
Her follow through with the kick was nice too.
Yeah.
Like her
Yeah.
follow, like she did play kickball and then
Yeah.
you know what I'm saying. She definitely had a nice little follow through.
She gave him some work and she wasn't even pressed either. When
He
the
all
police
right.
pulled up,
He's
she
all
was
right.
his
We just playing. We just kicking it.
But that's my guy. That's
my
my
guy.
guy.
Hey,
He got what he asked for.
Oh,
She went to work on him, boy.
Yeah.
Hey, real
This was
slow
one of the
work.
best scenes.
Real
Yeah.
quick.
And like I said, he was just bouncing by like nothing was going on. She was like, "Yo, come here, let me talk to you for a minute. What part did you play in all this with the church? This church? I told you that church was fraud."
He didn't even see her though, right? Because this is what Juke is good at, man. Other than keeping
Recon,
secrets,
yeah.
she is good at
Pull it up on
surveillance,
your ass.
recon,
Yeah.
falling back, just blended in. I'm telling you, this family missed out on quite a treasure in Juke, man. The way they pushed her away instead of bringing her in, she had all the perfect assets to become everything Rock needed her to be, like to be, that premier man.
Yep.
I think in season 3 they will. I think Rock's gonna have to trust her because she's kind of like low on soldiers. So I think in season 3, that's where you're gonna see that transition, especially since Juke is in jail. She's kind of like mad. So I think you're right. I think she should have been used, but she will be used big time in season 3.
Yeah. So Bert, oh my God, this lady.
Why is she still
out
here?
of here?
Why is she still here?
She had so many things.
I mean, she
had
Blanca,
way too many
so
things.
She ain't gonna go away that easy.
She's the worst Blanca.
She's not going away anytime soon. No.
Right
Yeah,
now, this
she's
is
not
a sign of desperation. She is breaking all the laws.
Why? What you can't? I'll wait.
There's no point of waiting. Just take the
You can't talk to a minor. You can't just
Right, you can't
kidnap a
come
minor.
on, man.
She showed
Moving from one place to another.
Yeah, she showed
Question him.
Detained them and didn't give them no kind of Miranda rights or nothing.
Yep.
Nope.
Put him in the car. Detained him against his will. Right. Yep.
It's so
Thank you,
irritating.
Kiwan, for the
And then-
super chat.
Kiwan, thank you so much for the super chat.
Appreciate
We
that.
appreciate that. Thank you. Marvin, you moving too fast. Thank you so much.
What's her point of all this anyway? Like seriously, like if I don't get why
She's a
she
dog with a bone. She's a dog with a dry bone at this point. Like she's just dragging it all over town. She's dragging it all throughout New York City. She's dragging it all throughout the precinct.
What else are you working on?
Just
Like I
go
want
away.
this job where I can just do whatever the heck I want to do all day in a company car.
And company resources.
I don't have any tasks that I need to accomplish. Nothing.
Is there no
in
more
court?
open cases?
She ain't
This is
doing
New York
nothing.
in 1992. This is New York in 1992. There ain't no more open cases. Y'all ain't got no more cases y'all need to investigate.
And then you're gonna tell your girlfriend, "Oh, if anything happens to me, I did it." Tell your girlfriend that I did it. It's a lot of people want you gone, sister.
Right.
Just be addicted.
Oh my gosh, she's worse than these crackheads, and she just pulling up on
right.
everybody, and she reaching for her glizzy. It's too late. It's too late for you to be reaching for your glizzy. You
First
should've
of
had
all,
it
it's
out
like
of your
15
hand.
zombies walking around there. There's absolutely nothing she can do.
Right.
Yeah, it wouldn't have been nothing she could have done
Just
at
the
all.
privilege. The
By the time she
privilege.
got it out of
She
her
just,
holster, she don't got 2 to the chest.
she's.
Right.
I mean, just the privilege of her stomping through every place, just harassing people.
Yeah,
Even
with her
what she
chest
did
pulled
with
out,
Juke.
Yep.
Yeah, even what she did with Juke. Like Juke is a minor too.
Yep.
Like he's up. Like what are you doing? Even Howard. Like Howard isn't even like upset. And talking to her, he's like, dude, what's up? Like what's your end game? Like where is this going? Like why are you doing this? What is the point?
And then she got the nerve to ask the crackheads for the address for where Sam is at right now. They're like, "Are you serious?"
That was hilarious.
Dude, that was a dumb question.
You don't know a crack house when you see one.
He said 199 smoke that pipe lane.
Yeah, smoke spot. Hey, that was
I
funny.
feel you on that, DeMarcus. He should have took her ass out of the crack house. She should have been laying down there with the other 2 bodies. Right.
I'm just telling you, she got that gun. I was like, girl, ain't nobody thinking about you. You ain't got no money.
Right,
You ain't got no meat on your bones.
You walked there with 15 crackheads, and they behind you now. Oh,
yeah, them zombies turn on you. It's nothing you can do
at all.
You bring it down there.
They'd have jumped her.
I'm just please.
And they crackheads.
I just dislike her so much.
You know what? I thought I felt bad. I thought I felt it real bad for Blanca. Nah, Burke she wins the award throughout all the universes of being the most annoying.
Every time she pops on screen, I get immediately just angry.
She beat out Seth right now.
I get annoyed. Yes, I do. I get very annoyed every time she comes on screen.
I agree, Kiwan. She's gonna be around for a while. She's definitely gonna be the main antagonist.
Yeah, she's gonna be around for a while.
Yeah, but it's like that in every power, pretty much.
Yeah, even if she gets fired, because we saw the same thing happen with Sachs. We saw the same thing that happened with Greg Knox. Even if she gets fired, she's still gonna be a problem for the family. So she ain't
Absolutely.
going away until they drop her. She ain't going away no time soon. Sal rolls up to the Miss Honey. Shouts out to you again because you laid it out. You laid exactly out what was going on up here at this fish store, at this fish market.
Was it DeMarcus? Who was it that filled us in on who it was?
I don't know. We had a someone in the comments last week that lives up there told us about.
Let me see. I'll
store.
find out who it is. I want to give credit where credit is due.
And we got who's the boss in the building.
That is who's the boss. I thought it was growing pains. It is who's the boss.
Tony still look good.
Tony out here still
Tony
working.
Danza, he still look good.
Yeah, he's still out here working.
Still the boss.
Yeah, he's really the boss in here. So the character's name
I like this gritty part of him, like because we know him being kind of goofy, right?
Yeah, that's what I was saying. This is a good switch up for him. I like the switch up with this. Stefano, I think, is his character. And Sal goes to him, and he tried to step and fetch, and like, I got a problem in your neck of the woods. I just wanted to get your blessings before it got loud out here. And he was like, well, she already visited me. He's talking about who, the Tootsie Roll from Jamaica. I'm like, here we go.
That killed me.
That took me out too. Like,
Yeah,
we get it. We know that
your dark friend is. I was just like, this is too much. Now, even though Rock and those be like the macaroni crew, like, I don't know, man. I don't know.
Your dark friend, the Tootsie Roll, the Moolie. I mean, yeah, it's too much.
We get it. You're racist. We get it.
Right.
That's how the mob is, though.
Stefano told him, like, look, I ain't got nothing for you, sir. Like, I ain't got nothing for you. I ain't trying to get mixed up in this, whatever y'all got going on. I'm sorry about your loss and everything. Get your wife doses. But, I ain't trying to get involved with this. And you need to go ahead and get this business wrapped up quick, fast, and hurry because we don't need these problems. Because bodies bring what? Feds. So all these bodies y'all don't drop, y'all got all kind of law enforcement getting ready to rain down on y'all. So Stefano's like, and your Tootsie Roll, she bought a fish tank from me. So what you gonna do? So
just ask for money. Just ask for the money. I mean, come on.
Right. What do you think we're gonna get with this character going forward? Do you think he's going to be the? Do you think he's
honestly? I don't know. Like I thought it was kind of late in the game to be
introducing
adding a character, but I guess if he's going to be going forward.
Just collateral damage.
Become the new villain for Rock,
or I think there's another person to take out. Just collateral damage.
I don't know if he'll become the new villain. I think with him, I think it's just kind of like a respect thing because he probably run that part of New York and he's running Jersey. So I think it's just a respect thing. I'm about to get ready to take a shit in your backyard, if you will, but I want to make sure that it's okay. So I think that's pretty much where that story begins and ends. That's what I think.
I think at the same time, though, I think he thought maybe he was going to get a blessing.
I agree, Kiwan. I mean, at this point, they need to cut the racial slurs. Like, we get it. It's enough. We know that y'all don't like black folk. Like, y'all ain't got to remind us every scene.
I mean, but Rock is kind of like, she's kind of like the same thing with the salami and macaroni.
Exactly. I mean, that's how they spoke.
That's what I'm saying.
That's how they talk.
That's how they talk.
But it's something about it that's a little bit, I don't know, maybe because I am a person of color.
That's what it's offensive to us because we're a person of color. It's offensive to us. But if you watch any mafia, anything, that's exactly the way they in the Sopranos. Each and every last episode, when they encounter somebody of color, it went that direction.
Every time. Godfather, all of that stuff.
Especially in that era, because in that era, because in the regular power, the Italians weren't as blatant and obvious with their derogatory slurs. So I guess that's why it's so offensive to us, because it's every scene that they're in. It's literally every scene that they're in. They're making some kind of derogatory comment. I got your moolie for you.
Yeah, but you also got to remember, this power is like kind of now, where this is going back in the 90s. So now
the mafia ain't even worse then.
Yeah, it was worse. Yeah,
worse back then.
Yes, I agree.
Try to keep up the authenticity, I suppose.
That's what I say.
I suppose.
Yeah.
Kanan is just, he don't give a fuck. He do not give two fucks.
Reckless
He's out here
abandon.
at Baisley's, and I guess Lulu building ain't up and going because they don't never show Lulu building. Lulu ain't got no workers. He ain't got no worker, nothing over his building.
Yeah, Lulu
They
ain't even
always
there.
Baisley's.
Does
Lulu ain't
Lou
never
have
there.
a building?
Yeah, he had a building. He don't never be
Yeah,
there.
he got one. He ain't never there.
He ain't never there.
Nope.
Warrell told us that. Warrell told us
Yeah.
he was never at the building. That's why Warrell with the jersey was unique.
Kanan was in
Kanan
there gathering
decides
up
to go-
all them red tops.
Yeah, he snatched up a good handful
Couple
of red
G-Packs.
and he did, before when he was stealing, he was trying to be, a little clandestine about it. He was trying to be a little sneaky about it.
He
But
just did it. He was like, whatever.
no, Unique's building is in Jersey. They got another building in New York. They
They
another
both
building
had them
in-
gates up though. Those.
Yeah. Yeah, they just needed to have some steel between those gates
And those doors, right?
Yeah.
Still.
Kanan just don't even care. He just in front of everybody, just stuffing his backpack full of work.
Yeah, it was his.
Yeah, said
He
it was
wants
his.
somebody to say something to him. He wants.
Yeah, he want that
wants
attention.
to
I
pop
agree.
off. He wants
I
that
agree.
a
Yeah, he
reason
wants
to
to pop
pop
off,
off.
yeah.
He's not. He's a young boy. He doesn't have the guts to say, "Hey, I need me to talk to you for a second." Instead, he goes about it in this way because he wants to say, "Duck my mom." I don't
Yeah.
give a duck what
Marvin
my
trying to
mom
figure out
says.
what's going on. Marvin like, yo, what's going on with all this? He was like, man, this is mine. I'm the heir to the throne or whatever.
Yeah, but it's rules and regulations, man.
Yeah, but
Oh.
I'm glad they addressed the fact because remember we were trying to figure out when they were going to realize they had
Hey,
been short.
Dizzy.
What's up, Dizzy? How you doing?
It was
Um,
DeMarcus that told us about Marchetti.
Okay, DeMarcus, I thought it was him.
Thank you, DeMarcus.
So Marvin is like, what are you doing? And Marvin trying to figure out like what's going on. You got beef with. So Marvin knows that there's more to this story because Kanan is just like wilding out, like he ain't never done no shit like this before. So what's up with that? So and they also addressed the fact, which we were kind of irritated with when they were going to address the fact that their work came up short. So Marvin already knew that he's like, I thought it was you that had stole from us before, or whatever the case may be. So I'm glad they addressed that as well.
But I thought on one of the episodes, I thought they told Marv, dude came in like, no, it wasn't he took drugs. I thought it was that he took some money.
He did both.
Yeah, both.
Took some money. He
Yeah.
did
Yep.
both last time.
Yeah, he did
Yep.
both.
Yep. He did both.
Yep. he
That
sure
was
did.
crazy. The way the dude stood there at the door, and Kanan looked over at Marv and was like,
Gave him the head nod.
"I was like, boy, somebody's gonna pull your pants down and whip your butt."
It is Kiwan. I think that's a good way to describe that because he's doing things now just to be antagonistic towards his mom, and I guess that's his way of trying to get her attention instead of it's like Miss Honey said, instead of just having a conversation and getting your grievances out on the table, you're doing all these little tantrums. You're having all these little tantrums
Yep.
to get someone to notice that you're upset or whatever the case may be. So yeah, he's just trying to do anything he can to make trouble for her.
You know,
Yeah.
Rock ain't gonna come clean no way. Can't.
Kenyon's acting like Rock because says everything is his, right? Well, that is true too, but at the end of the day, you still ain't earned it. You ain't earned it. You just coming in here and how you think the rest of the workers are gonna feel that this dude can just come in here and take work whenever he want, So you're gonna create problems in the business.
She's gonna have to get the back of his legs. I'm telling you.
Yeah, not the back of his legs.
Yeah, you know what I'm saying? Like he's gonna have to be humiliated, right? Like brought down a peg or two. Sometimes that's
Yeah.
the best thing you could do for a
Yeah,
person who got.
he needs some straightening. That's what me and Marvin like to say. He needs some straightening. He needs some
Yeah.
straightening.
Right.
That's
He
all.
definitely needs some straightening.
He needs some straightening. So Detective Garcia is down here talking to the little old man from across the hall.
I
from
sure thought
Freddy's.
that old man was gonna snitch.
I knew he wasn't gonna snitch. I knew he wasn't gonna snitch. But I thought they were going to show us that someone else lived there in the house with the old man.
I mean,
Yeah.
where would they sit? Where would they stand? I mean,
Right.
what is this? Is this a robot in the corner next to the? Like this guy may need a
To the light
caregiver.
Uh,
Might need a caregiver. Like it
he
seemed like
a
he was
caregiver.
the way he was like, I don't know anything. I can't remember.
What's the angle
And then
with
he
that?
took the card and he just kind of let it go on the ground. I was like, what's up with this guy?
Yeah, that's what I was getting ready to say. What is the angle with that? Because there seems to be more. There seems to be something here, but what is it?
What
I
is
was
it?
confused also. I was very confused. I mean, if he's not going to snitch, then why even show him listening? So I don't even
Right.
know.
Because I'm guessing they're showing that later on down the line, what Fame did is gonna come back to bite him in his ass. Like they know.
Like
And
how
I think it's
Sam,
going to
like how
show, like, when they come back to bite him in the ass, like, this is probably the person who's going to give. I think he didn't want to say it to him right then and there in front of his face. But I think
Mhm.
probably, like, later on down the line, it's going to be like that anonymous tip, like, oh, yeah, you know, he said famous or this, that, and the third. I think that's what I got from the whole scene. It was showing, like, you know, they investigate, and I don't even remember the dude name he shot, but they
Freddie.
investigating this murder. Yeah, so it's just to show you, like, Wayne forgot about it. It's gonna come down later
I'll
on
tell you
down the
what,
line.
if
It ain't
Bert
gonna happen
ever,
now, but it's gonna
if
come later on down the
I
line.
mean, the
They're pretty
right
much
person
planting the
questions him,
seed.
he's gonna talk. The right person, right? So Howard Burke, he's probably gonna talk. It's just that this guy really didn't have anything invested in it. He's just
The
like,
rap is funny as hell.
Mhm.
That's Medea's brother. That's hilarious.
y'all wrong for that. Talk about that's Medea's brother.
Hey, Jeremiah, don't be messing with me talking about that's old man Breeze. You know I want to see Breeze pop up. Don't be messing around with me.
Listen, if
Don't do
Bert
that.
ever find out about this old man, she'll be over there pressing that old man every day.
Oh, absolutely.
She'll be over there every day worrying that old
that's
man.
what we need Demo to weigh in on. When will we see a Breeze sighting?
Yeah.
You know, he probably can't
He's
tell us
got an
that.
entire
can't
fan
tell us
club
that.
over
You know, he
here.
can't tell us that. He can't tell us
Okay.
that. What the better question for Demo is to ask: when do you think that we will probably see Breeze?
Will it be the summer months? Will it be the winter months?
You know, will it be next season? Will
It ain't never summer in.
You know, he ain't gonna be able to tell us that.
Is it bigger
You know,
than
it's
a
never
bread
summer in
box?
power.
Are you
Never
Breeze,
summer in
Demo?
Never
Demo,
summer
are you
in power.
Never summer in power. But we're not gonna say it in the summer months.
Listen.
I haven't seen not one summer season in power.
For that.
Have we already seen Breeze? We just don't know yet
Demo
that
might
it's
be
Breeze. He can
Demo's
say that.
Breeze. Demo's Breeze.
Anything is possible at
Demo
this point.
Breeze.
Yeah.
Anything's possible at this point.
That
Yeah.
old man said, listen, I saw what happened across the hall. I ain't saying nothing. Man, gonna get out of my house.
Right. I don't know nothing from nothing.
I ain't seen nothing. I'm elderly. I'm just trying to live. the
I'm
rest of my life.
fragile. And then, like everything else in his life, he just threw it on the floor. This scene that you have up, this is the new house, right?
No, that's
Yep.
the old
'Cause
one.
That's the old place.
You can see the
That's the
box.
old
It's the,
one.
Where she
I was
packing
like,
up.
is it me? Or are
Oh,
they
right.
fluctuating between
They were.
the two houses?
Right.
They were. And I had an issue with that too, because there was no reason for her to come back to this one. So
Yeah.
Rock is having a whole meeting of the minds with her brothers, and she pretty much getting them prepared for how their evening is getting ready to go. Like, listen, I got some support coming in from other boroughs of New York that's supposed to be coming in to help put in his work. We're gonna get this work done, and ain't nobody gonna mess with us or whatever. She's just trying to give them a pep rally. That's what it was. It was a pep rally. Try to get them to get in the headspace that they need to be in, because both of them at this point are just floating in the wind. Marvin floating in the wind, Lulu floating in the wind. Both of them are just kind of very hesitant, very
I think
reluctant.
Marvin is putting in work. I don't think Marvin
He
is
is putting
floating.
in work, but he's still developing a conscience behind it. Whereas
True.
we haven't seen that before. We hadn't seen him develop a conscience behind putting in work. That's always been rested with Lulu. Now Marvin is starting to develop that same conscience of, we shouldn't be doing this. So she's got to try to tighten the reins on them, because she losing all her muscle.
Right.
Shout out to Rock in the middle of the day in thigh-high boots, baby, 4-inch
I
heels,
know, right?
packing up her house. Okay,
Yep.
she's a bad mama jamma, huh?
She
Yeah,
is.
she is. She is, definitely is. She looks good in maroon.
Man.
Whew.
Yep. And you notice that when she's in her most devious moments, when she's in her element, they dress her in red. So
Yep.
it's just
Every time.
That's just one of her idiosyncrasies that we come to see about her. When we see Rock wearing red, we already know it's going to be some trouble.
Right.
Dude, Stephanie on a red this episode, man.
Yep.
I feel sorry for Lou, man. Whew.
Man, Lou, I feel bad for him too. Burke is down here at the crack house. She's on the crime scene. Like, I'm not gonna say it's a victimless crime because they were murdered, but still, they're crackheads. They're in the streets. They're in the life. You know, ain't nobody gonna put too much stock into wondering what happened to them or whatever.
There was so many police authority figures outside, though. I was like, they don't do this for crackheads.
Like, that is not an execution.
2 to the back of the head would have been an execution style.
Yeah.
On your knees with your hands tied behind your back.
Right.
That's execution style.
Yeah. Yeah, Rocky and Unique are going to be a power couple. They are.
She stayed doing
the new Ghost and Tasha. Yep. Detective Howard is like, yo, what's up? Like, you got to stop this bullshit, Bert. Like, you pressing too hard. He even tried to warn her. You know, he got it out for her right now, but even
He
him
ignoring all the signs.
Even he is trying to tell her, like, for your own good, you need to rest. You need rest before you get put to rest. Like, you need rest. Yo,
They should have had her fired in this episode.
Basically,
I would have loved that. If we can't get
They
her,
should have fired her in this
fire.
episode. Like,
Yeah.
the season finale, some should have happened to her. She should have been fired.
Yeah, she should have been fired. I agree. Get her
I
ass
think
on
she
the
got to
fire.
keep her job for a while. We need her. We need her in the police force for a little bit longer.
Man,
But you're breaking the code, man. You can't be going against your partner. I don't see why she's doing so many dumb decisions. But
No,
I
she
guess
shouldn't
we'll
be.
see.
Yeah, she shouldn't be. But we definitely need to, for the sake of the show, but she gotta, she gotta still.
Well, I
be.
mean, it was said on the last one, the girl told her, like, she's too busy trying to prove herself that this is her job and it wasn't given to her because of her father's name.
Yep.
Like,
Mhm.
that's why she going out her way to do all of this to solve this case so that it can show, like, yo, I belong here. I'm not just here because, of my father.
If she was smart though, she should just move silently and just kind of just observe until she could kind of like really put the pieces together. Because the way she's doing it now, she's like alienating people. People are going to be on her, so she should just.
Right, it's harassment.
Yeah, it is harassment at this point. It's harassment.
Yeah.
That's what Rodriguez did, and even Angela. She moved in silence for a couple of seasons when she was investigating them before she played her hand. But Burke is playing her hand right now, and she ain't got the winning hand. So,
Exactly. She chill, man.
Keep pulling cards, and it ain't the right card.
yeah, you pulling cards, you playing cards, and you finna get trumped.
You keep pulling the wrong card over and over and over again until you actually go ahead and get hit.
Marvin is trying to check on Lulu and find out is he all right, and Lulu like, no, I ain't all right. And Marvin like, shit, neither am I. But we got to put this work in. We got to put this work in. He go to tell Rock about Kanan coming in there getting to work, and she like, well, how much he take? And he was like,
a good amount,
a good day's worth of work, a good day's worth of work. Yeah,
he said 2 9s or something like that, didn't he?
He said some G packs. He said a couple of. He said 2 G packs.
2 G packs. Yeah. What is that? $1,000? $1,000 worth?
A day's worth of work.
I'm guessing. Yeah, G
they
packs.
don't need no work right now anyway because their place got shot up. So ain't nobody coming in there copying. Ain't nobody coming in there copying. Jukebox is in jail. She's sitting there. She ain't worried. She ain't bothered. She ain't the least bit concerned about the fact that she's been arrested.
Keep chilling.
We come in. We get an officer comes in to the cell to tell her that she's been DAT'd, where that means she's got a desk appearance ticket, and they try to figure out like who's your fairy godmother, and who is it? Bert, of course. I was hoping that it was Kenya that came down there to bail her out. For some reason.
That's what I thought it was at first.
That's what I wanted it to be. I wanted it to be.
I didn't.
Kenya.
I did.
How would she know? I did
because she never made a phone call. So I knew.
That's what I said. How would she know?
Because of the church.
I mean, a lot of stuff happens off scene, though.
Took place out front of the church. So I was thinking that some of the church members saw it, or Corey went back and told Kenya what happened, and Kenya had went.
I didn't think about that.
I was expecting it to be Kenya.
No, I definitely knew it was Bert off jump.
Bert come up pressing jukebox.
Listen, he ain't speaking about that ass whooping.
Exactly.
Shit.
Yeah.
You ain't telling.
He definitely ain't talking about it.
No,
he caught it in broad daylight. So
nobody.
somebody saw it.
Not like that.
I mean, he's really lucky that it wasn't 2022 because it would have been on every social media platform.
Yep.
Absolutely.
If you got to get mollywopped by a girl, the 1990s is the last year you really should be doing that, getting that done in.
Yeah.
So Burke is out here pressing jukebox per the usual, begging for information. And Juke like, listen, DEFCON is Kanan's father. I don't know why y'all keep rolling up on us, asking us the same dumbass question over and over again. And she tried to listen. I ain't no snitch, but listen, you need to be worried about your own self right now.
Right.
Like, you better watch your own life because you got problems that you need to be trying to see about. While you out here worrying me, you need to be trying to worry about your own problems because your people that's rocking with you, they coming for you. She said,
Am I the only one? Am I the only one that gets vibes that they're gonna get a sexual relationship between Burke and Tupac?
God,
no,
don't say that.
This cannot be the show that predominantly promotes that behavior. Like this cannot be the show.
Only reason why I say that because I'm like, maybe that's how she gets the idea of becoming a cop and seeing that way in. Like, okay, maybe I could really navigate in if I'm a cop now.
Please.
I could be wrong.
Well, you have to remember, Jukebox is outside of Rock. She's probably the smartest one in this family. You know what I'm saying? Like, it wouldn't take nothing for her to really think about and realize that if you on the inside, especially, experiencing Burke and Howard, it wouldn't take her long to put two and two together and realize that if you're working on the inside and you a crook, you better off than working just on the outside as a crook.
That's what I'm thinking, that Burke's her way in. She's going to feel it out, and that's how she's going to get in.
It might be her way in, but I hope this not.
I doubt that
doesn't go physical. Like,
I don't think it will. I don't think it will because she's a minor still. She's still a minor. So at the end,
and we've done it. We've done the minor adult thing. Let's move on. Let's not let that be our calling card power.
Yeah.
I hope not. Also, it's just the way they talk and the way, like, the favor kind of thing. The way they talk. I hope not. Also, it's just I don't know. I always got that vibe.
I mean, in season 1 when they were sitting in the car together, I was just like, oh, this feels awkward. And then when she was talking to her about Nicole and how she understood more than she knew, I was like, what are we doing here? I've seen it. I know exactly what you're talking about. I've definitely seen it. I just think the worm is turned between the two of them. I do think they have that thing in common because they're both same gender loving, but and I do think that's probably why Juke showed her a little respect outside of the fact that she has done her a ton of favors. I mean, this is the one thing that they have in common that none of the others have in common. So I could see it, but I just don't think it's that.
I don't think it's going to turn into that. I think, like you said, it's just they have that in common. So it's like she relates that back in the 90s, of course, like the situation is in a sense they're both in the closet. So,
it's like Missy Elliott and the Brad. They have to be friends.
Yeah, it's like they got the respect. So it's just like, hey, I look out for you, you look out for me, etc. Only thing I hate about this whole situation was she should have elaborated it a little bit more of what her own people was coming for. Because immediately, of course, as soon as she said that, she thinks about Howard.
Yeah.
So had she had came out and said, you know what I'm saying, like somebody else or just.
Well, she wasn't gonna give him too much. She wasn't gonna.
Yeah, give him too just much like she could have did it different because now immediately it's gonna go to Howard and she don't even know about the chief. Her digging into the old cases and all that other stuff.
Yeah. Just take her away. You see these cars creeping up the street. You got the Italians. This is what just drives me crazy. All y'all need to be on high alert. The Italians need to be on high alert. Rock, y'all crew, y'all need to be on high alert. Y'all all walking around like it's a normal day.
Thank you.
Like y'all.
I'm going to touch on that later, Chris. Thank you.
Why are they outside just chilling? Why are they outside just chilling?
Outside the Legion.
Yeah, they outside the American Legion chilling.
Why? Why are they even outside? Like, they need to smoke inside until like a week after this is like cool down. You need to smoke inside from now on. Don't be
But did you
outside to
catch-
smoke.
Nah,
Did
you
you
need to
catch
change
that
up your whole
they,
spot where you hanging out at.
I mean,
Yeah.
I want to know what kind of setup you got in terms of a trap house. Like you have a whole campus, if you will. You know what I'm saying? And how the Italians even get in the building? Like when they turn down the block, it ought to be 3 little boys or girls riding their bike. You know, doing the caw.
Yeah, you're right. Exactly.
Right,
think-
world with the wire.
Yeah.
Right, world with the wire.
But
Right.
you got to remember, back then they didn't respect us, so they that's one of the reasons why they didn't.
But
see
we
this coming.
always had lookouts, man. This is the
Yeah,
infrastructure
that's how,
of the
of
drug
course,
game.
because that's our culture. But in Italian, they didn't respect us, so they didn't see this coming because that's not what they used to do.
No, they
even to
didn't.
each
I
other.
get that. No, they
That's
didn't.
what
I
I'm
get
talking
that.
about,
But I'm talking
baby.
about when
That's
they came
exactly what I'm
into the
talking about.
Basie. How they even get in the Basie when they come down the street to the Basie? Remember Ross
that's-
was on the roof in the last season and looking
Listen,
out
we
on
gonna-
everything.
We're gonna touch on that when we get to that scene because I feel the same way about that. So
Did you see how they put emphasis on Lou's gun though to make sure they showed us he didn't have that Tech 9?
I was
Yep.
about to mention that.
what you say, Jack?
He still didn't shoot everybody. Like just only got a couple of
I'm
people.
about to mention it. I just thought it was very interesting that they put emphasis on that gun. Like that had me worried when I saw it. I was like, oh damn, it's gonna jam again, and Lulu will get hit because he will hop out the vehicle, just try to spray up the joint, and then that joint go jam. But yeah, I was like, it's something with this gun. He should learn his lesson. He couldn't hit Warrior.
When they seen them 4 cars creeping up the road, I mean not at a high speed at that, they weren't even creeping up the road. They should have been, pulling their strap or try to get out of Dodge. They just stand there and wait to get shot. And that's exactly what happened. They all got shot and then start shooting back after the cars turned the corner.
Yeah, like completely out of range. Then they start shooting.
That was funny.
The dude, the heavyset dude, like he's is he from The Sopranos? Not him, the one that was behind the car.
He
He is. He wasn't
so.
heavy set before.
No, he was smaller then.
He was smaller
small.
then. That was Benny from The Sopranos.
I thought that was him.
Yeah.
Yeah, I thought it was him.
Yeah, he put Arthur Hand in the whole hot pot of spaghetti sauce.
Yeah, no, he's a good actor. He's a really good actor. He's been in a lot of movies.
Yeah.
Swerve comes outside with his cap gun.
Oh please!
Pop, pop, bang, bang. Like they got similar.
Well, I knew they was small fish.
You come out with a revolver.
I knew they was small
38
fish
seconds
though. When
on.
Marchetti said, "I don't want to have nothing to do with this," you know what I'm saying?
Hey,
Play
the
amongst
revolver is gangster
yourselves.
though because you keep the shells. The revolver is what you what you use to put in that work. You know what I'm
Yeah,
saying?
but that's up
Now, for
close
this
and
type of
personal.
situation-
That's when the guy that turned the corner.
Exactly.
But we talking about the 90s though. We ain't talking about 2022. We talking about the 90s though. We still
Yeah, you're right. You're right.
Didn't Unique have a Draco? Did Unique have a Draco?
Right, Unique.
Yeah, but
he did have a carrier. That was nasty. That was nasty.
they move differently though. That's what I'm saying.
Yeah, Call of Duty guns.
Right.
Like they move differently.
Sal, take your ass back inside before you get hurt. Kanan out here on the corner, he hustling, yo. He sold them red tops, cop and go, cop and move, nigga. And you got
Famous looks so bad, man. Famous looks so obvious, man.
Look at him.
He look way too obvious, man. Like,
They
yeah.
both look obvious though. It ain't just Famous. Kanan is on the corner and he's directing.
Yeah.
Famous it's not just Famous. I feel like Famous get a bad rap when we just pick up Famous a lot. Kanan is on the corner and he's directing where the thing should go. He's holding up the three.
It is bad.
They both
disagree with the 3 fingers.
No, you're right.
Obvious.
No, you're right. Only reason why I didn't give Kanan that same pass or whatever, that same blame is because he just looked like he was owning it. He looked like he was like, I don't even care. I'm just gonna do this in the broad daylight, and it is what it is. Fame just looked way too scared.
Yeah, he's feeling himself though. That's because Kanan is just feeling himself. He on one right now.
Kanan is feeling himself, and he's built different from Famous, But I think Famous gonna fall right in line with it. At this point, you see, he got the stash and he got up out of there quick.
He
At least he knew to do that. At least he knew to do that. Lest
he
we forget
had
the day
enough
they
sense.
He learned his
they
lesson
took their
from last
stuff back
time.
Yeah,
from
he had
Freddie.
enough sense to get to work.
Yeah.
He did have enough sense to get to work.
Yeah,
And
he
hopefully
didn't
have
forget to grab it or
quality work.
nothing. He grabbed to work and he was out of there. What's up, really
What's
big?
up,
And he
really
was
What's up,
big?
really
out of
big?
there.
Indeed. What up, fam?
Yeah, at least he had enough sense to know to get to work and get the hell on. Lulu was down here at
Absolutely.
the bank trying to figure out where all this extra money that just got transferred into his account came from. I guess I would have questions about that too.
I
But
knew that off jump.
I thought it was gonna be
Yeah, me
Cartier's name on the papers. I thought it was
Nah,
gonna be
I
Cartier's
knew it
name
off
on the
jump
papers.
when Camacho went to go see
I thought it was gonna
Rock.
be Cartier too.
Yep, I thought it was Cartier's name gonna be on papers.
Yep.
And we
That
know
was fun.
that it's 1992. So for those of us, we've been arguing back and forth what year it is. So it is 1992. So we see that on the paperwork. It's 1992. Crown has sold 15% of his ownership in Bulletproof Records to one Raquel Thomas. And Lulu is pissed. Like, she don't got one up on me again. Yeah, she did.
Should be. He should be pissed.
Yeah, I knew that from jump because remember, he didn't even, if I remember correctly, Camacho didn't even really want to work with Cartier or Lisa, right?
No, he didn't. No, he didn't want to work with them.
So that's how I knew he wasn't going to be on that paper because if he was on that paper, it would have had to happen after he got killed. So I knew it was Rock because he went to Rock personally to try to get him out, try to get Lou out of the studio altogether. So I knew it was going to have to be something sweet in it for her in order to get Lou out of that whole studio Bulletproof Records thing altogether.
Yeah,
Because she needs Lou. Like,
In the
like
street.
regardless of how many times she emasculated him, she definitely needs him. And she feels as though, like you're right, she feels that's the only way that she'd be able to get him on board.
So the bank manager or the bank person tells Lulu like, y'all got the same last name, any relation? And you know, Lulu runs off mad with his little paperwork.
He snatched that paperwork and got up out of there.
40 belows on.
I think he's gonna turn on her. I think he's turning on Rock somehow, some way.
He keep the 40 belows on. Yep.
I don't know how. I know his feet hurt.
Oh, I know how
You
you
mean
feel
them
about the 40
Tupacs?
belows.
He got them above the rims on.
My choice right there. You know, I love my 40 belows. Yeah.
I know they hurt. They
It's gonna get cold
sweaty.
enough down here for me to wear them. Yeah.
He got them bishops on.
Yeah, you got the bishops on.
When you break them in, they're comfortable. You guys gotta break them in.
Yeah, you gotta break them in. It takes a little while for you to break them in, but yeah.
A little while. You mean?
Don't wear them
No,
enough.
it takes a good minute. It takes a good minute to break them in. But once you do, it's a wrap. It definitely takes a minute.
It does take a minute, yeah. So Rock and Marvin go down here and meet with Tremont with his Tony Braxton "Love Should Have Brought You Home Last Night" haircut. Abraham.
That's perfect.
They drop a bomb on her right there. They drop a bomb on her and tell her that, listen, we ain't working with you. Like, thank you for getting rid of Cartier for us, but we got plans for ourselves. You know, here's a little tip for your troubles. And then Rock instantly realizes that they don't went around to her connect. And
Not instantly. It was Marvin.
Yeah,
it was Marvin.
Okay.
I told her.
One or two times he really stood up for her, like stood next to her, like a true partner, right?
Yeah.
Well, he was like, "Oh, they don't went around you, huh?" That's
she played
what's
her
going on
hands
here.
quick, man.
But I knew that was his. I knew he was shady from Jump Street.
Yeah,
I think that's why he made. That's why he was looking. He was doing his recon, and I think she just played her cards a little too fast. She exposed her hand a little too quick. She needed, like, she made it seem like that they need her, but I just think that I mean by them, right? But I think that you could have starved them out a little bit longer until you know for a fact that they need you. What you pretty much did is you provided the service and they used you.
Right. Yeah, you're right. She did too much too quickly.
Too fast.
Yeah, absolutely.
Yeah.
You got to starve them out so they need you.
Fast.
They should come to you.
Yep.
Not you come to them.
Well, Morris Day has his connect now, so he don't need
you do like Morris Day though.
But this goes back to was it Paperboy that was saying how everybody was being like super extra this last episode because
everyone turned up.
Then you just get cussed out at the Russian tea room, man, like sunned. And then you get mollywopped
Yeah,
in
they got
the
smacked
hotel,
yeah.
walking through there with a
Everyone
black
thinks that.
Now
eye.
all of a sudden you a boss. Now all
And
of a
then
sudden
you
a
say
boss.
last episode she might be her heart might be colder than
Yeah,
Cartier's. Like,
that's
how
what I'm
you
saying.
think you're gonna
Everyone
get
had a
away
switch
with
up.
this?
But
Bro,
I
you
Everyone
think
had
got
a
a point
switch
with
up.
it.
that's what motivated him to do that, because he was like, I dealt with Cartier. She's colder than him, so why would I want to deal with her?
Good
Right,
point.
but this right here is rockabye type behavior.
I mean, yeah, but I think at the end of the game, at the end of the day, he probably gonna look at it as like she probably
He would have
touching
been
me. 'Cause
better
I don't
off
even think
dodging her phone call and never letting her know that
Right.
he had met up with her connect. You
But
know
he
what I'm saying?
wanted to.
Like, why would
He
you poke the
wanted
bear
to.
on that?
He wanted to
He,
do that.
he
wanted
doesn't
to
have the
poke-
appropriate amount of scaredy cat in him, if I'm not mistaken.
Because I'm not
I don't
mistaken,
know.
ain't he handled the business down in B-more and all that stuff anyway, so it's not like they really
DC.
gonna cross paths like that again.
And it's so funny you should say that, because this is what I would like to see. First of all, take y'all ass back to DMV. Get out of New York.
B-more is not DMV, bro.
Well, wherever they from, because that's what Cartier said they network was, DMV. So DC, Maryland, Virginia. So take y'all ass back to the DMV area. But this is what I would like to see. I would like to see power outside of New York. I would like to see scenes. That's kind of one of the things I kind of like about Force, is because of the fact that it's in Chicago. So now, okay, if Rock is getting ready to expand into other territories, like we're seeing scenes in New Jersey, I want to see scenes in Baltimore. I want to see scenes in Virginia. I want to see scenes, especially in DC, because we know that DC is a prominent location for this story. So going back down to DC, but what I want to see is Rock get the best of them and take over their network is what I want to see happens, but I don't know if that's going to happen, because Morris Day don't seem like he's a formidable opponent, so I'm sure she's going to take him out and get that work.
That's gonna be light. That's gonna be light work right there.
Yeah, I think by the first episode of next season, she's gonna take these guys out. Just by the first episode, first 2 episodes, it's gonna be bang. Let's take these guys out right now.
Gonna come
I think it's gonna be a
later.
little bit different.
I think it's
And
gonna
I'm
be
gonna
later on,
get to why when we get to that scene.
I
When
think
we
it's
get to
gonna
the
be
meeting at the
different.
round table, I think it's gonna be a little bit different.
Because wasn't in the power, wasn't Jukebox one she DC police?
Yeah, she is DC police. Yeah.
Bam.
There
you go.
Yeah, you're right.
So I think it's gonna come later on.
That's a good catch.
Good call. Good call. Yeah, she is DC police. Good call, man. Makes you want to watch the old Power again.
Yeah, so I mean, I could be wrong, but I think it's gonna come. I think it's gonna come later on.
Nah, I don't think you. I mean, like I said, I just think that because of the meet and greet that they had with Juliana, the new Black Widow, I think it's
Oh,
going. I
man.
think it's gonna go a little bit. I think it's gonna
that
go a little
lady,
bit. I think it's gonna go a little bit
started
different.
on that lady. That lady is Smurfette.
Juliana's a
I ain't
cake.
getting
She
started
is
on her.
not tough.
She
With her
is
Sheila-
buttered toast.
With her Sheila E hairstyle. I ain't said about
Yeah.
Juliana.
Now, I
You get
think if
slapped.
anybody's gonna get their water cut off, it's gonna be her, because you could tell even the way her cousin looked at her after Rock left. Like,
She's taking it personal.
Boy.
Too personal.
Yeah, she living
like
a
you doing
glamorous
it
life
personal,
right now.
business.
She out here living
Right.
a glamorous life. Take her
Yeah,
out.
like you don't sit in that bodega watching a little 7-inch black and white TV watching soap operas. You know what
You
I'm
was
saying?
shook when Unique. You
Right.
was shook when Unique pulled up on you.
She
Yeah,
was-
yeah,
her
right.
husband was
I'm not even gonna
mollywopping her
get
ass.
in
Her
there.
husband was beating her all over the store.
Word.
That's
All
what
over
I'm
the
saying.
store. Well,
He
it's not
came in
even
and
her
bought a Tahitian
store.
treat. He came in and bought a
Outstanding.
Tahitian treat, and you shook. You got pissed down your legs because she came in and bought a Tahitian treat and touched your
For real.
leg. And now you, I'm dangerous. Whatever. That's whatever.
Yeah, I know. Yeah, she like she just hit the lottery and just spent like half of it. Like
Let's just say,
yesterday.
let's say that
She
for
knew
that scene.
money.
Yeah, exactly.
Let's say that for that scene. So Jukebox is meeting up with Nicole's father again, and he's still pressing her about, oh, I need you to flip on this cop. I need you to tell them, Black Lives Matter. And I want to make sure that you're not afraid of the police. I'll protect you. I'll help you. I'm like, man, please take him on out. Please go away, man. Just go away, because we're tired of this at this point.
I like him.
Yeah, I was about to say I like him too. I think he got.
He
the
did.
money
He
and
did
the
whatever
power
father
that
would do.
protect you.
I guess.
Yeah,
But I'm sick of this
I don't
story.
think I didn't like them. I didn't like the mom. the
mom.
guy.
Yeah, the mom was bad. Yeah, the mom.
Yeah,
definitely.
but the
dad
father was
good.
just, the father was kind of like, like, hey, I know the cops is, always be on you, but you ain't got to be afraid. I think he kind of played the race card a little bit, try to favor in his, try to get her to lobby or try to lobby her to go in his favor. But, I think he did whatever, or had a conversation with her from a parent to a friend / lover type,
But what's
situation.
what is surprising is Jukebox did snitch on herself, but that's just guilt and grief.
That
That's
was
Yeah,
surprising to
definitely.
me.
yeah, that's
Yeah.
guilt and grief.
Yeah, get it off her chest.
Yeah, she had to get it off her chest. And one, she needed that man to understand it. Listen, you barking up the wrong tree. Like this lady ain't responsible for your daughter's death. Like if anything,
Absolutely.
she helped us.
Yeah.
Yo, Jukebox has got so much character in raising Kanan.
She does.
Like that's a character thing, right? She wanted him to just be real clear, right? That I'm no fan of the cops, but this lady didn't do that, right?
Yeah.
What actually happened is woo woo woo.
Right.
Nicole took the drugs out of my bag and she smoked it and she died.
Yep.
And as much as I hate to hear myself say it, I hate to tell you that, but that's what happened. She took the drugs out of my bag, she smoked it, and she died.
That's right. She died by her own hand. Yep.
Well, at least she got it off her chest because I think that was just haunting her, and that's why she did it.
Yeah, she needed to let him know what really happened, and it wasn't about blaming somebody else. It wasn't about putting the responsibility on somebody else because that would have been the easy route out. For her, it was important for her to just clear that up. And I just tell you, she's got more character than a lot of her family members.
Most definitely. She got her own stuff.
Yeah.
Oh, true.
I think with this scene,
doing illegal U-turns.
Yes, because Burke is everywhere.
She is
everywhere. She's in
the
She's popping up at restaurants. She's popping up at the parents' house. She's popping up on the corner. She don't
fill out no paperwork. Say word. She don't fill out no paperwork.
No paperwork. She
get no statements.
Work don't be working for top.
And why they not working together no more? Like they was in season 1, they was always in the car together. Like
but she moving her own accord.
Yeah, she moving
on her own beat.
How was not back full yet, right? Yeah. I think he's still kind of like in and out.
He back, but he's distancing himself from her and strategically played because he know that IA is watching her, so he's trying to put some distance between her and they giving her a rope to hang herself is what they're doing. They're giving
I don't think she's clocking in.
I really hope
I don't even think she's clocking in. She's just going right to the streets, from the bed to the streets. She's not even clocking in.
Yeah, and then she pull up on Kanan, detain him without reading him any Miranda rights, put him in the back of a car and take him to another location. This is kidnapping. This is kidnapping. Oh my goodness.
He's obsessed.
Rock go down here to this restaurant like, what the fuck is going on? Like, what's going on? You got Juliana look thick. Juliana look thick.
She been thick ever since she been on here. Looking like Apollonia.
Yeah, she got princess shirt
like Apollonia. She do like Apollonia. Is that
she got princess shirt on?
Apollonia.
You would not do Apollonia like
that. Y'all not gonna do Apollonia like that.
Y'all would not do Apollonia like that. That woman was fine. Apollonia fine as hell. Yeah. Y'all would not do Apollonia like that.
That mop she got sitting on top of her head looks like.
I mean, she got
exactly what she got sitting on top of her head. That mop, boy. Diana Ross wig.
Yeah, I'm telling you, she's sitting like Griselda. She's sitting like the Black Widow. This is crazy to me the way that she's talking. I'm like Rock was looking like, yo, you are bugging. Who are you talking to like that?
She don't got her some new clothes, a new wig. Like,
look how she's sitting confident with her little wide glass or whatever. Wipe that stupid.
She's gonna hold it differently.
Where Miss Abby at? I need her gone. I want her dead. By next episode, first thing, I need her dead.
No, did we appoint on what pulls my teeth? Did we appoint what pulls my teeth for disconnection? Diva Law, the market pulls my teeth. Xavier, somebody please send a disconnection.
I need her going.
Yeah, we need her unalive.
But for these actions and the way she looking and the way she talking, like who you?
But listen, let me ask y'all this question though. Let me ask you this. Let me put something on the table. Do you think she's more than what she appears to be?
No.
Nope.
Possibly.
Nope.
No.
She doing all of that because her cousin's sitting right there.
Yeah, no.
That's it.
She ain't got no smoke.
She ain't got no smoke.
She ain't got no smoke.
Because if that was the case, she would handle her husband and
Unique had her tied up.
Right. Because she definitely would handle Unique. She was in there like stuck.
Well,
she's selling wolf tickets.
I agree, Jeremiah. That's why I asked that question, Jeremiah. I don't think that they're cousins. Like, you know, maybe she's maybe she's the boss. No,
you know what? Maybe she's the cousins with him.
Maybe she the plug. She definitely ain't got the muscle like that. Maybe she is like the water faucet.
Yeah, maybe that's what it is. Because keep in mind, she brought the whole subject to the table for Rock. Like, listen, my cousin out here moving work or whatever the case may be. I don't know. It just seems like they're kind of they're developing her character a little bit different than they did season 1.
Yeah, there's definitely a couple of layers.
Yeah, they're taking her character now where she's going to be like the one that's calling the shots now, because she kind of Joaquin or whatever the hell his name is or whatever.
Yeah,
he's sitting there not saying anything. She the one who
she did because she did. She's the water faucet.
That's what made me think that.
The muscle.
That's what made me think that he realized what Rock was saying was true. What she's doing is personal.
Yeah,
and like you're messing up the flow with business. That's why I think at the end he said like, "Yo, she's dangerous." Like because the way he looked at her is like, "Yeah, you doing this for personal reasons, and I don't rock like that."
Yeah,
yep.
And you fucking up this money. You finna fuck up this money because you in your bag.
You and your feelings over the whole Unique thing, and that's why I feel like she's selling wolf tickets.
And Rock told her, because you're right. Rock told her like, "Listen, you got your weight class. Like you ain't in the same
punching up. But that ain't the secret. The secret is to be able to take it."
You know what I did to the last chick that talked to me sideways? Her dog ended up as Chinese food. Like, don't like chill.
So did, and she should know from how Rock handled her husband that this ain't a tree that I need to be trying to climb. Like, she need to come with a better. I get it, but at the same time, we got to give Rock some of the blame on that, because Rock should have sat down and had a conversation with that lady and let that lady know that, listen, I'm not gonna let what happened to you go unnoticed, but we got to move strategically. It's just like when she handled her husband. Like, Rock has seen the lady getting her ass whooped left and right, but it's all about timing. So she should have known that herself, that you can't just take out. Like, listen, we need him for this moment. We're going to use him and get what we can get up out of him, and then we're going to keep getting this money. But instead of you focus on trying to get this money, you out here with your new clothes on and everything, and drinking Pinot Noir and thinking that you arrive. Yeah. Now, guess what? The Rock's to take out your connect. So now y'all ain't going to have nobody out here moving y'all work. So you really don't messed up the organization.
Mm-hmm.
So I'm ready for Juliana.
Let's look
to go.
at that dried out soul.
I had felt sorry for her, but now she can get what Bert.
She got the Stephen A. hairline in that picture, though.
Man,
I just think that Juliana and Joaquin mamas are best friends.
That's what I was saying. I think Juliana is the queen pin and Joaquin is the front. I agree.
Nah. Anything this last episode taught us is that we definitely, I think, overcomplicate what the writers are doing. Like, what the writers are doing to me is on a more simplistic level, because I watched this episode 3 times and I realized something. My expectation was up here because we had put so many scenarios in place. Cartier, and the thing about it is, all of them could have been true and all of them would have been great storylines, right? True. At the same time, they took this real simplistic approach, which still was very entertaining. I think Juliana is just like JOJ said, Palomar just a hoe, hot in the puss, and she like, lollipops. Same thing with Juliana. Juliana's just petty. She's petty. She's a bitter woman, and she's petty, and she can't see the bigger picture because she's too much in her feelings. That's it, and that's all. If Rock walked up on her in that bodega and Joaquin wasn't there, it would
She
be
looked
a
at
different
Rock as a
conversation.
superhero at some point. She looked at Rock as a superhero at some point, and she was
She
just
did.
kind of like,
Yes, she
yeah, you
did.
know, and with the unique thing, she thought she would take care of the unique problem for her. And since
Yeah.
she didn't take care of the unique problem for her, now she just kind of like, well, I'm gonna press on you. You kind of, I'm the reason that you even in this spot, you know, to whatever. Let me show you why you're in this position to even make these, you know, to even make these moves. And hell, now that I think about it, Trayvon probably even went to her, you know, or whatever, and they
She
probably
said it.
gave him.
It
okay,
wasn't Trayvon. It was Abraham, because
Right,
remember
right,
her and
right,
Abraham made eye contact when
She
he
said
came in
though.
the
She said
restaurant
it
the
wasn't
first
Joaquin.
time because she
She said it
liked
wasn't
that
Joaquin.
dark
She
meat.
said it was me. She said it was me that made the coup.
Right,
So,
she did, because she made it personal.
Yep, she made it personal.
Yeah,
But,
and she liked that dark meat because she peeped Abraham when he was picking up his to-go order.
You right, Miss
Mhm.
Honey. You right. We're
Absolutely
seeing
right.
more.
They
We're
did make that
seeing
eye
more
contact.
than what the writers are showing us, and I guess that's
Mhm.
because we want to see this is the direction they're going with the writing. It's kind of unknown what direction they're getting ready to take this to with the writing, but Rock need to get over there to that bodega and get her money up out of
But
there.
still entertaining. I said the same thing. She needs to get her money, her drugs. I wouldn't run Jack else through there.
Yep,
Right?
She
Anybody
get a
that
different connect.
we done. Yeah, we done now.
She said she
We
get a different
done.
connect. So I think what her said she gonna get a different connect. She's definitely gonna try because she ain't about to get ready to tolerate this bullshit from Juliana. I wouldn't even tolerate. Like,
Yeah.
who you talking?
But you can see that on
Juliana.
Joaquin's face. Joaquin really didn't want all this.
Yeah, he
Yeah,
want all
Because
that.
he want the money. He
But
about to
all he
spend
wanted
it.
the money. And Rock was bringing in, but think about it, Rock was bringing in good money for him because she had already expanded to New Jersey.
Absolutely.
Right.
She was running the 2 buildings in New York, and then she had a plan to transition down to DMV area. So you really fucked up your cousin money because Trey Martin and they ain't gonna make no money for you because Rock finna unalive them. So
Rock
She
got
sure
money.
is.
as soon as she get her
Man, it'd
shoulder,
be so good to do something from Baltimore. Like that would be pretty awesome. I would
I
love
want to see that. I would love to see that too.
That
I
would be
wanna
pretty
see that.
good.
I want to see that. I want to see Power move in that direction.
Yeah.
So Bert gets Kanan out here on the block, and she questions him about whatchamacallit. He pushed her ass real good. I wish he would have.
The way she went down on that girl.
Broke her leg, broke her arm, break something, break her face, break her neck. I wish he would have.
She was like, "Oh,
I was for sure. But I was like, yo, he's definitely going to jail now.
my ankle."
I didn't think he was gonna run. I thought he was gonna get locked up.
I don't know how she was gonna take him to jail. It's to me,
But
Kanan's.
What was the charge?
info.
Right. What was the charge?
Yeah,
police
you
officer
can't
at
just
that
kidnap. Right, but you can't kidnap him. You can't question him without a legal guardian.
I mean, that's true.
She dropped some info to him though.
I know where you are, Kanan. I'm gonna get you.
I mean, that's true, but you know how I felt.
And your little
back then.
doggy
Oh
too.
my God. He should have.
But what did Howard say? Howard said if she
bro.
had on you,
should've
you would have.
Yeah, he should have kicked her like Jukebox did Corey. He ran off.
Y'all try to get him really jammed up, but pay
Exactly.
attention to the
Hell,
fact
if I'm
that
gonna get a charge, I might as well go out.
pay attention to the fact that she said your mom was she said your mom was a snitch. So what you think you gonna do with that information?
I told you that was going to happen, though. I told you Burke was going to spill it. That she was going to
Of
tell.
course, we all knew that, but what do you think she's gonna do with the information?
Well, you mean
What do you think he gonna do with the information?
What do you think Kanan's going to? He's going to confront Rock about it.
You think he'll confront Rock, or you confront Malcolm about it? I think you confront Malcolm first.
Well, I think that was going to. I think all that was going to come out when they was going to have their little family meeting. I think all that was going to come out, but now the focus is going to shift to Rock has been injured or whatever, so they're going to have to table that conversation for a later date. But I think
that's going to happen. Yeah,
I think that was going to happen.
Definitely going to happen.
When they pulled up, all that was going to come out then. But now,
I hope so. I hope so. But we never got to see the conversation between Burke. I mean,
that's the most important part I pulled from the scene, though, was that she was like, your mom was a snitch, and of course he, was like, you crossing the line, not 5-0, like it's just certain shit that you just don't say, but in the back of his head, though, he's still thinking like, yo, my mom's been kind of lying this whole time. You know, is it a possibility that y'all was working together? I think he's going to definitely ask Malcolm about it when we go, you know, into season 3. But that's the most important thing that I got out of that scene.
When he gets in his private moments and his private thoughts, he's gonna think about that, and that's gonna be a question that come up.
Absolutely.
Marvin comes home and lay down on the couch like he don't have a long day at the office. Like, bro, you need to be everywhere. You need to be everywhere, anywhere else, but at home.
Like, for that scene right here, bro, I thought on everything. I was like, yo, they about to air that joint out.
Yep.
Me too. I swear. I was like, they about to shoot this joint up.
Yep. All I could think about was what's the Prohibition? Was it Prohibition movie? The Impossibles?
You talking about the Untouchables?
Untouchables.
Yeah.
When Sean Connery character was in his apartment, and that's what I got that feeling in my stomach, man. I was like, this is finna be the end of Marvin, man. This is it.
I said, y'all, I don't think Marvin gonna make it.
I thought so too. I thought as soon as he closed his eyes, I was like, yeah, they about to air it out.
Yeah,
I was surprised to see him go upstairs and it was Juke.
Yep.
I was on the edge of the bed, like, Marvin, But I'm glad they didn't air it out. I'm glad they didn't.
Jukebox and Marvin have a conversation, and it's just more of what we've been waiting for. And we were happy to see that she had came back home. You know, we thought that she was gonna be out there in that house of horror rock, but she went on back home. And
called it the house of horror, bro.
It is a horror house. When Marvin made that comment to her about we got to look after each other, I just knew he wasn't coming home.
Yeah, that's when I thought, I agree. That's when I thought he was gonna die. I thought that was gonna be the last time he saw her.
Yep.
Yeah.
Yep. And so we really didn't learn anything else in this moment other than the fact that, you know, Marvin plans on continuing to try to reconcile with his daughter and develop a relationship.
Jessyville, no, he didn't know.
No, he didn't know that until Bert dropped that bomb on him, and he still don't believe that. But there's going to come a point where he's going to think back on that and start putting the pieces together, because at this point, like we said last week, he should have already had questions as to how did you and my mom hook up? Like, so eventually that's going to come to his forethought that, you know, my mom ended up hooking up with a police officer. Why? How? So eventually he's going to process that and realize that his mom probably was a snitch. Brock gets some flowers. Symphony, who you think sent the flowers?
I thought it was the person that sold her house.
I think because she bought the house,
the house.
Yeah, like they do stuff like that, buy him flowers and, you know, champagne and stuff like that. So it was.
Man,
I think
look at Rock. I might have a girl crush on Rock.
Her reaction of throwing him up against the wall, I don't feel like warranted that if it was from the realtor.
Well, that's because her whole world is kind of crumbling a little bit.
Exactly. Yeah, exactly.
Yeah,
she bought the house to have Kanan in it. Yeah, you know, her relationship with Kanan's kind of going off the rails, so that's why she wanted this house to like kind of represent something perfect. But now it's
conversation with Giuliani and
she thought it was going to bring them all together.
Yeah.
That getting the house was going to bring them all together. The note was like, "Home, sweet home. We hope that this house becomes a home." All of that was like gut punching her because everything is falling apart. Like she had this big plan for how the game was going to go. You know, she keeps saying, "We're going to be global. We're going to be international. This thing is going to be woo, woo, woo." But you got your son stealing. He's sleeping on somebody's roach-infested couch rather than being in your mansion. You know what I'm saying? Like your brother don't want to hang with you. He don't want to be with you. These ninjas is not listening to you. They not paying attention. Everywhere she turns, somebody questions her because she's got a uterus.
Yep.
This scene was hurtful.
It was hurtful.
Man, it was triggering for me.
But
it's triggering for me.
It's she can't get Lou to realize that, listen, you pushing and I'm pulling. You push, I pull. You pull.
He got way more pull than he got push.
Exactly. And
What is the thing about Scrap? Like, what does he have with Scrap? Is he like something about him? Like when they brought up Scrap, like made him completely lose it.
Because
They was wrong.
He didn't want to do it to begin with because
Yeah, he didn't want to do it to begin with.
He ran down on her. He ran down on her like, oh, I'm this, I'm that. But was I this when I took out Kanan's friend? Was I this when you wanted me to take out Scrap? Was I this when I rolled down on the Italians? And when she admitted to the fact what he was trying to tell her all along, that listen, you're moving, but we need to really look into the situation. When she admitted to the fact that she made a mistake with Scrap, it just further cement his feelings that listen, we moving too recklessly out here or whatever the case may be. You know, it hurt him. The whole D-Win situation hurt him. We saw him process that last season when he was telling her that he wanted to go. He tried to tell her again that listen, I don't want no parts of this. She's like, where you gonna go? You ain't got nowhere to go. There ain't nowhere for you to go. You in, you always
because
in.
she putting her hands on everything that he tried to do.
Yep.
Like she is like that's her way. That's her way of controlling. Whatever it is that he's trying to do, she needs to reel him back in. The further and further he's trying to get away, she is going to pull that rug away from under, and she's going to flat on his face.
Yeah, she's trying to rule over him, really. But the thing of it is that the look on his face, man, I was like, this is how a lot of women fall victim, man. Like it's too far. You grabbing his head and then you tell him, what did she say?
I own you.
I own you.
I own you, ninja. I own you. Like she will never, ever be able to take that back. Never. He's never gonna forgive her for that. He could be in this family for the next 80 years. That is the one thing he will say on at his last breath or hers. He'll mention it. I promise you. You don't do this. You don't break a man down in this way and think that that's what he get. He'll forget about it. He'll be fine. No. You set him on a course that might end your own life, Rock. That's why I still think we're gonna get a Who Shot JR type situation out of this.
Yeah,
I hope they
she's definitely setting the seeds. Definitely planting the seeds for him to make a decision, like to second guess helping her out in the future. Just because.
You don't go this far with a dude. Never ever go this far with a dude, ladies. Never ever go this far. Get your stuff and leave, but don't do this, especially if you want to be with him.
I agree. I think that I hope they don't go down that road because it'll be the same situation with Who Shot Ghost. But I could see Lulu getting to a point where he would want to take Rock out. I mean, she keeps pushing him to the edge, and he's already on the edge.
I don't think the writers want to take him there. I mean, I mean, they send him to back to the.
She'll talk to Kanan like that at all. Like this.
That's true. Yeah. He did warn him. He's like, listen, now is not the time. I don't want to be bothered. Go on about your business.
First off, she not only warned him, but when she grabbed his head, she sunned his ass. Like, listen to this. Like it or love it. Like I love you. That's it. I own you. You're done. I want to hit nothing else.
Yep. Not going to go to bed.
Hit it with I own you. Like, listen, it was just basically like, the sooner you realize it, the better off you will be. Get over it.
Yep.
She says you keep trying to make something of yourself. You keep trying to make something of your life. You keep trying to go your own way and do your own thing. You ain't got nothing. I'm all you got. I've given you your life. I'm the reason you breathe. Like too far. Too far. Life. Yeah, it's too far. Warning or no warning is too far.
Like they performed it really well. I thought Lou performed this scene really well because I was feeling Lou. Like I felt so sorry for Lou when he did that. So
and I don't think we need to have I did too. Honestly, I did too, Paperboy. And I don't think we need to have another scene like we did with Power because honestly, I think it would be good for her to look in the face of everybody that's trying to kill her and realize, ma'am.
I pushed him to this point.
These are the bridges. They're all on fire, right? Like I think it would be good for her to go around the corner and Lou shooting at her, go around the other corner and Kanan shooting at her, go around the next corner and Marvin shooting at her. You know what I'm saying? And know that these ninjas is out to get you. Like, I think that would be good therapy for her. She's the only one that getting her comeuppance. You know what I'm saying?
Because the only time they got really is that they blood. You know, because I feel as though like even when like we go back to when Cartier was about to when Cartier was in the elevator and he was like, y'all don't even trust each other. So what the heck? And this further goes to prove that Cartier is right, and he's going to take those words with Cartier's death, and he's going to run with that. You know, like we saw before you know what hit the fan, that he was trying to make his exit out the studio. I don't want nothing to do with this. I recorded my bathroom before I recorded the studio. But you. Exactly, you know, but the way that she keeps moving against him, it'd be to the point where she had mess around like, well, I bought your house. Or a person said, I think it was like Oprah or something like that, had an issue with somebody, and since they had an issue with somebody, they just bought whatever business it was and fired them. Rock kind of goes above and beyond that. Like, if I got an issue with you, you know, I'm going to own you and put you back in your place in every way possible. And she sons Lulu whenever she get an opportunity.
Yeah. At the same time, she said he ain't got no choices. She's the reason why he don't have no choice. She's been corralling him to her.
You'll take away his choices.
This was a hard scene, man.
If that wasn't her brother, he would have been dead. She would have killed him all.
That's true. If that wasn't his sister, he'd have been killed her already.
He would have shot her. Yeah, he would have shot at her.
Yeah. He'd be dead already.
With that same tech 9.
Exactly.
I also think Scrappy's mom's gonna come back some way, in some form, and she's gonna try to get revenge for her son's death. I'm calling it right now.
I agree, LaShonda. I think that is one of the points that we all keep missing here, and is one that Rock constantly keeps reminding him is that, listen, you in or you all the way in. You can't be here begging for money 1 minute and then turn around and say, I don't want to be a part of the game anymore. You got to make up your mind where your position is. You got to place your position and say, hey, I'm part of the team, I'm part of the fam, or you got to get up out of here. And that's what she's frustrated with.
I mean, that's true, but at the same time, you got to think about it like this, though. If we family, number one, so family trumps all of that. And then 2, he made it. You saw season 1 after he got burnt up. All of that stuff.
I was just about to say that, Fresh.
You know what I'm saying? He wanted out of the game. Rock was the one who kept pulling him back in the game. So of course he borrowing the money, but he's like, yo, when my record label take off, you're gonna get your money back. But Rock is the one who keep pulling him back when he was trying to get out in season 1. After he got burnt up and she had, you know, Kanan do the whole thing with Howard, he said right then and there, yo, I'm out the game. I'm done. And she pulled him right back in. She like, nah, ain't no getting out of this. It was almost like he was literally like in a gang and he just could not get out. Even in the game, you get jumped out or something, she wouldn't let him out. So it's like it's like his hands is tied. He ain't got no choice. It's like he's stuck no matter what he does, regardless.
Somehow, some way, she's gonna keep her foot on his neck.
On his neck.
That man being held against his
somehow, some way. Even if you get the money, she gonna figure out a way to get rid of the money so he has to come back to her. And that's what she should have did with Trayvon and Abraham. That's why I don't understand. Like, you smarter than this, Rock. You should have made it so they have to come to you, not you going to them because you didn't got rid of Cartier. You went to them and did them a favor. That's why I don't understand. Like, well, Rock, you played your cards. Wait, why you even play this role? You know that you're doing with Lulu, with Abraham and Trayvon. You smarter than that.
So we get over to Detective Howard's place, and we see that Kanan has once again seek refuge over at Detective Howard's place. And he's pretty much telling Detective Howard about what happened with Burke and how he pushed her. And, you know, he's kind of afraid of what's getting ready to happen next or whatever. And Detective Howard, he plays it cool. He's like, yo, Burke ain't going to do nothing. She don't know nothing. If she knew anything, you'd be in cuffs right now or whatever the case may be. You know, like, the bigger issue is we need to get with your mom and find out what's going on. And we just need to have a discussion between the three of us and get all this shit out on the table, or whatever the case may be. So I think there's more character development that needs to occur between Kanan and Howard. But Howard's going to do whatever he can to protect Kanan, but it's going to end up blowing up in his face.
I don't think so. I really, it kind of upset me a little bit that the way they ended it, like Rock was shot in the shoulder and Kanan and Howard and them was just pulling up. It's like more of the conversation that we need to see is going to be had off scene. You know what I'm saying? They're not going to pick up from this spot when they come back in season 3.
Which they should. They should. That'd be really good because I agree. I want to know what the hell they're talking about right now.
Because Kanan was dreading that. He was like, "Nah, we need to go and sit down. Me and your mom, you and your mom need to talk about this because we need to have our story straight." Because all Burke is doing is trying to confirm, and we never got to see that. They just tell us what happened in some cases. And that really bothers me because you have stupid things like the woman standing up in the jail when Juke got let out. Hey, when am I getting out of here? Like, why are we doing this?
That was pointless to me.
Pointless. Yeah.
Well, why? Like, these are little moments that we could be using for some good texture dialogue, but we don't get that.
Speaking of Burke, her girlfriend, yet again, and this is so annoying. This is so repetitive. This is so redundant at this point. They keep telling her, they keep having the same conversation every scene. Every scene, they continue to have the same conversation. And she's like, please let this go. And she's gonna tell her girlfriend, if anything happens to me, it's not what it's gonna look like. Well, she already knows something bad gonna happen to you because you won't let this shit go. At this point, she expected it to happen to you any moment now. Something bad gonna happen to you, lady, because you won't mind your business.
But her girlfriend, NIA,
the grown folks' business.
Her girlfriend is something. I don't know if she's a lawyer or if she's.
She's her doppelganger. Her girlfriend is her doppelganger.
She's a doppelganger, but she's definitely.
Shoot, that might even be the cliffhanger. Her girlfriend might be IA.
I mean, they're both of them dressed like there's no other color but black and white. Like it's just this ponytail, like the pullback is just so sick of this character.
I could deal with it. I'm sick of both of these characters. I'm like, I don't want to see the girlfriend anymore either. I'm bored with her. Like,
I mean, at least she's got sense, though.
Yeah, she got more sense than a girl, dude. So you're right.
Annoying.
So, bye.
They should have signed Burke with a new a new partner and just kind of have her do her own thing. I don't even get why they're still partners for Howard.
So let's go back to Miss Honey's frustration earlier. How did they even get into the apartments? How?
I have so much frustration with the whole hit, all of it.
What do you mean?
It wasn't realistic.
It wasn't realistic.
First of all, there's a lot of dead people in that apartment, right? The building right now. A lot of them.
They shouldn't have been able to make it up to that floor. They shouldn't have even been able to make it up to that floor without them being alerted. They should have been able
to make it in the building. She got sentries on the roof.
Yeah, because she had people. She showed Kanan at the beginning of the season. She had people on the roof watching. Sure did.
People on the roof. How they make it in there?
So that's why I didn't understand. Because it's like, yo, y'all at war. First off, you already knew you were at war, but you kicked it off. Like, you hit them first. So the fact that everybody was walking around lackadaisical killed me, because I'm like, yo, like, y'all know they going hit back, like, at some point. So the fact that everybody was just chilling, and one of the first rules when you out there in the streets, everybody know, if you've been in the streets, you know, you never go back to where you lay your head at.
That's right.
Everybody went back to where they laid their head at. You had Lou at the studio. You had Rock at her house. You had, him at the projects. And like Miss Honey said, I don't even know how they even got up there to even pull off this hit. But you was at war, and it was just like, yo, they literally caught everybody lacking. And I don't understand it. That's the part that that tripped me out because I'm like, yo, this is not realistic. And another part that tripped me out, at no point in time, none of them was vested up. Because you at war.
Right.
Immediately, you in the streets, you gonna vest up when you at war. Nobody
Not
had
only that, but y'all didn't even have y'all loved ones secure. Like, Rock, you should have pulled up on Kanan and made sure that he was straight. I know we beefing right now, but we got some shit going on. I need to get you to a safe house. Juke, Marvin, you just left your daughter at home by herself for her to get sprayed up in the house.
By herself. And that's what
it shows the lack of credibility as gangsters, in my opinion.
Well, no, it goes back to the deficiency that you were talking about earlier. We spend more time on scenes like this with Ziza and Lulu at the studio with her Mary J. Blige Real Love when we could have put this this screen time in on another scene that gave us a little bit more piece together. Because first of all, we need to understand how they even knew how to get to Baisley's and how they got in that building. That was unrealistic. And everybody on that building should have been strapped. Everybody in that building on every floor should have been strapped, on alert, on
They should have
guard.
been shot at from the roof when they walked up to Bailey.
The thing is, they shouldn't even been in Baisley.
That's what I'm saying. They should have never got in the building.
That's the whole thing. I figure how they got in Baisley was the same way how they got in Rock. Because they use silencers. As you can see, her little guards that was out front, they ain't serving no purpose. All of them got shot in the head. Yep. So they use silencers. But they shouldn't even been in Baisley from Jump Street.
That's what we were talking about, DeMarcus. What happened to
the security? We were just talking about, DeMarcus, whether security that was on the roof. You got a whole vantage point. You should have been spraying up everything.
And that was the whole point of them going to the top floor so they could see when 5-0 was rolling up on them and they can drop the drugs down the chute. You should always have someone on lookout. Hey, we got some suspects approaching the building or whatever. They should have never been able to make it to the elevator. And if they got in the elevator, it should have been a bomb in there waiting for their ass. Like they should have never made it
on the property.
Listen, I'm from the country. If you pull in at the top of the street, by the time you get down down to the end of that street, everybody know you coming because we gonna all call.
Yep.
We all gonna call. Like that's just what it is. And then it's not like black dudes came in town and we don't know these black dudes. Like these is white dudes. It's no way. Yeah. It's no way. I overlooked it because you know what? I know y'all got to move this storyline around. And if we really were to just let the full melanated genius out, then no, the Italians wouldn't have snuck up on them. Right. So we got to play them dumb a little bit because we need to get the storyline moved around. But at the same time, that just goes back to what I was saying about Rock not having a real crew in the first season. This is an epic flaw. We cannot make her a queen pin if she can easily be stolen. But when she ran back in the house and she was like, I don't know which way to go. I just, you know what? I'm just going to shoot my way out. I was like, girl, if you don't know how to get out your own house, if you don't know where your exes are, I mean, come on. I
was frustrated with that too, Ladie. The Italians, they had already been asking around about her organization. Unique declined to give them any details. So I guess the way I explain that is they've been following her.
I was about to say that's easy. That's the first thing.
Yeah, because she didn't like she was hiding out.
Yeah.
Because remember in what was that? The season where they were supposed to knock her off anyway. They were sitting outside her house.
Yep.
Right.
They were sitting outside.
They followed her all the way up into the
episode.
Yeah. They following all of them.
Mm-hmm. They followed her.
That's how they got the drop on every last one of them.
Yep.
But it looks like all of our faves survived, so that was good. What's our body count now? We got
DeMarcus announced early he counted 32 or 31.
That's the people we don't care about, but I'm talking about like players. Like, what's our body count?
Well,
Jukebox Mom got shot too. They made it seem like it was like nothing too. She got shot up.
I knew she was going to get shot. That was nothing.
Man, the way her body was like,
I got the Denzel Washington on my training day.
Do we think that Marvin's going to make it?
Yep.
Yes.
Oh yeah, I think so.
Yeah. He's gonna be in that apartment for a while though. He's gonna lay low in that apartment for a while that guy's healing him up.
I don't know. I feel like
I got three different scenarios for that.
All right, so Lulu is trying to pack up his things. I don't know where he called himself was getting ready to go. I don't know where he called his
milk crate.
He's gonna get his records and he's gonna get up out of here. He finna get his Blind Magellan records, and he finna get up out of here because he was like, "I'm done with this." No, well, really, he need to close the studio down anyway. He ain't got no artists no more. He ain't got no artists. They all dead. Unique.
So is Ziza dead? We think Ziza's dead.
Yeah, Ziza's
Absolutely.
gone. Yeah,
she's gone.
Yeah, Ziza's gone. She was bleeding off from the mouth and everything. She finished.
Yeah, she finished. She finished her. She finished.
See, this another scene wasn't realistic, but I'll let Retro go ahead and talk about it.
So I really appreciate the conversation before the mayhem. I really appreciate the conversation between Unique and Warrell because we've learned back in earlier episodes that Warrell is his number two. So this is dude that he want to move forward with. So he was sitting there telling Warrell, like, listen, man, this crack game ain't what is cracked up to be. I was interested in knowing what his next hustle was getting ready to be. I wanted to know what the next hustle was going to be.
I already
Sneaker
know.
resale.
Sneaker resellers. Open the sneaker shop.
I figured it was from the conversation him and Rock had at the diner.
All right, turn me on to something fresh.
Because he looked at it as like, when she laid out that plan and it was bigger than what it is, she talking about like, we moving here, we moving here. Like,
we about to be global.
Looking at it like, now we're not selling rocks, we're not selling crack no more. Like, now at this point, we moving up, we moving weight. So he like, this is done. So when she had that conversation with him, that's what I took from this whole conversation with him and Warrell was just like, yo, we just selling little crack rocks or whatever. Like, now we about to start getting into the business. We about to move weight. We about to start moving, tons or whatever. That's how I looked at it. I think that's where his mind frame went to.
Okay.
You're not selling keys here. You got to come by at least 10 or better.
Exactly. Now we doing bricks.
I work with you.
We doing bricks.
So more of the same. They shouldn't have been able to get in the Unique's building, but Unique seemed to be somewhat prepared. They were able to take out their assailants. Warrell caught two to the chest, and he took his last breath, and that just
he done.
That broke his heart. Yeah, that broke his heart, man. That was. We had some good, meaningful moments from our characters, man. Like for as some of the weak spots, I'm letting a lot of them slide because some of these scenes are really, really crazy, like super good. I like it.
Yeah.
I thought it was too early for him to die, though. They need to stop killing off people because
there are better people that could have died. I agree.
Yeah. It just loses steam when you start taking off everybody and then start introducing new characters every season. I think when you start like getting familiar with the character, that's when you really start getting invested. So,
the thing about it is Warrell wasn't really even a character to take out. You get what I'm saying? Like, I know he seems pretty innocuous, like
he is.
This character doesn't matter, but at the same time, he was important to one of our antagonists. He was important in that way.
He has some good moments.
There were bigger deaths,
but
more impactful deaths.
His character was killed because it was a plot device to move Unique forward into working with Rock because now he has no one else to work with. He has no one else to rely on.
I can see that.
So
I just want to see.
I can see that.
Yeah, that's what that was for.
I just would like to see more important people get killed. Like, let's say Burke. We could have had two Burks, a Sam and Mr. Bingham, Mr. Giggum, whatever his name is, Nicole's dad. Like, we could have did that. That would have been fine. I've been cool with that.
They come into the studio. They spray the place up. Lulu ducked for cover. He took out two of his assailants like a G, and fake ass Aaliyah is gone. Yeah, she ain't with us no more.
Oh no, he didn't mourn Aaliyah at all, did he? He wasn't like Unique was like Duck. I don't think.
I mean, Lou told her to get down, but
she couldn't get down fast enough. She caught
her. Wasn't ready for that. She ain't ready for that. She ain't ready for that.
She ain't trying to get down.
Yeah, you had to told her it was a hot D on the floor. She'd have got down there lickety split.
Oh yeah, exactly. You gotta tell her the right message. She don't know what look down means.
She was moving too slow. Yep.
She was trying to get out the door.
Yep. Marvin was able to try to get away. You know, they had him sprayed up his building, shot up all his workers or whatever the case may be. So Marvin is trying to get down the stairs and get to the next floor to try to take refuge somewhere. And he's struggling. You don't call one to the stomach. He knocking on doors. Ain't nobody answering.
I love Marvin.
Demo comes to the rescue. He's like, "Yo, son, come on, I got you."
Yeah, we said when they had that incident at the elevator when he was on Marvin case about being able to go up the elevator, and Marvin helped him. We said that he was gonna come back, and it was gonna be a reason.
I didn't understand.
Wasn't he in the war? Was that a part? Like he's ex-military?
No, I thought it was that he was in the streets and had got shot. Because remember, he got shot 7 times.
Yeah,
he got shot 7 times.
He's still laying people on their back.
Yep, that's what he
I didn't understand it though. I didn't understand that whole scenario because the reason I don't understand it is like, okay, it was what? It was 3-4 of them, right?
It was
3 or 4 of them, and like 6 of them. Marv goes in the closet, grabs the M16. So it was like, why was y'all trying to run when y'all could have just held it down and knocked them off? Like Marvin shouldn't have been shot at all. So I didn't understand it. I didn't understand that whole.
Demo said he was an ex-gangster. He was an ex-gangster. Okay.
Oh.
So you getting that from the actor himself.
Where did I get military?
Getting that from the actor himself.
And I think I was thinking that too, because was it Fresh, Your Highness, that said he had 3 scenarios? Because I thought, okay, well, is this going to be like Rambo, or where the guy goes underground for a season and rebuilds himself and gets stronger and comes back? Da-da-da. That's what I was thinking.
Yeah, that was me. That's it. I got the scenarios as far as Marvin next season.
Yeah, on the True Blue lady.
Rocky theme song.
Because the character here in the wheelchair, he for as tough as he played, he kind of seemed like he had some street smarts and some kind of something to impart, in other words. So that's what I was thinking, if Marvin is recouping in there. But Marvin's gonna look like Marvin gonna need a hospital though. I don't believe he's gonna be able to let this dude's gonna do triage out of that apartment.
Yeah.
Marvin
don't make it.
Like I said, I think it's 3 scenarios. I think it's either Marv gonna make it. He's already been trying to change, like from Jump Street. Him talking to Demo, that's even gonna make him further, even be like, hey, I want to get out the game next season. Or it's gonna be 2, Juke is gonna turn on Rock because Marvin dies. Both her parents gone, and she gonna look at it as it's your fault.
Yeah.
Or the 3rd scenario is Rock and Kanan. It's gonna be like, hey yo, like all of this stuff is your doing. Like, Marv still dies, and they just gonna turn on Rock. But I mean, I
think they're gonna turn on Rock regardless. But I see your point. I'll be so mad if they kill Marvin off without us being there. Like, they need to let us mourn Marvin.
I don't think he is.
And I'll be so upset if they kill Marvin before Lulu. I would rather see Lulu go first than Marvin.
I was gonna say they ain't gonna even kill Lulu. Lulu finna skip town. He out of here.
Oh, that's what I would have do. That's what I would have done from the rip, though. I would have just skipped town. I would have jetted on her. You know what I'm saying? You can't govern me from another state like that.
Lulu's story is almost kind of at I don't know how much more development they can do with Lulu at this point, because that's not going to be repetitive than what they've already showed us. We don't want to see him with another love interest. We've already seen 2, and both of them are gone. We've seen him get the studio and do nothing with it. We see Rock continue to sun him. So, like I said, back when Jessica leave, he needed to have packed up and went with her. So I can see that him skipping town. But what I'm saying is, I'd rather see that character go before Marvin, because I'm not really interested in Lulu's character anymore at this point. We already know how
because he came out the gate in season 1. Like, I really thought he was going to be. That dude.
But I mean, at this point, we know how he feels. We know he doesn't want to be part of the game anymore. I mean, there's nothing else that they could show us that would garner any interest with Lulu other than him and Jukebox being in the studio together. He fucked that up. So there's no more room for this character to contribute to the story.
I mean, it could be him, Marv, Juke, and Kanan all turn on Rock.
It's going to be a turn on Rock moment. I believe that. It's coming to that. She's got too many bridges out there that she's burning.
To me, it's kind of showing that everybody's fighting their own demons right now, and then you got everything that's going on against the family.
Yeah. And then as tough as everybody is, everybody's got their own ish, right? Like their own little handicaps. Right. You know what I'm saying? Everybody's fighting their own demons. Look how many times they call him little brother, little brother. We never heard them really refer to him like that in season 1. In this season, we've heard little brother over and over again, which is in its own right sunning you.
Yeah. They robbed us of this scene. I really wanted to see what she had to say to Rock, and I really wanted to see what Rock.
I did too.
It was.
They robbed. Yeah. One of my question marks. I don't know why we even have her saying anything like that if we can't even know what she was saying.
Right. They could have still did the same outcome. She still could have got shot up, but at least let the conversation had occurred first.
I mean, I didn't care because I felt like she was there to snitch on Juke.
Yeah.
Earlier today, Juke assaulted a gentleman that I had tricked into
I think it was something like that too.
I felt like she wanted to tell.
That's
Rock.
what she said. She was trying to tell on Juke.
Yeah. I felt like she was trying to blow Juke's spot up. Turn her back.
She was asking for advice, though. She was asking for advice. She said, "Mother, can't come to no advice."
I don't think she was asking for advice.
Yes, she was, because she said, "I want to talk to you, mother to mother."
I think she was going to tell Rock because Rock has been there.
We need to get this girl together because she out here same gender loving and she assaulted this guy and woo. She's not there for Juke. Yeah, she's not there for Juke. She's trying to control Juke like Rock is trying to control her brothers. I still wanted her to suffer a little bit more for what she allowed to happen to Juke. I just felt like that was too quick how she went. I did like the but still.
She paid the ultimate price for it.
They sprayed her back up at that door, man.
They sprayed her back up real good at that door. Man. Yep.
They didn't even really show her body good. That was crazy.
Her wig is gone.
That wig.
It's gone.
That wig. She could have used that wig as like a shield.
Yo, Rock was like, "Wait a minute, how you get up here?" And then she panned to the car and saw her workers were dead. And she went back in, and before King could get in the house, she got them bullets.
I mean, King ultimately saved her life by coming to the door being messy.
She did.
She did.
Because she wouldn't have known that them dudes was outside dead like that.
Yep.
Yeah.
I mean, it depends because they might have waited for her to come out.
Big facts, keep it cute. Yeah, how is she gonna talk to somebody mother to mother? You ain't even been around.
Yeah.
Okay, keep it cute.
But she's still trying to play that card. She's still trying to play that card and garner sympathy is what she. Yeah. I agree with Miss Honey. She was there to try to get some sympathy to justify her own actions as a mother. So yeah, but Rock probably would have related to it because Rock do some crazy shit too. So Rock catch her bullet.
Well, each one of them caught. They've been wilding out, and both of them caught some rounds for it.
Yep, both.
She gets lucky though. She gets lucky. She gets sent the dumbest killers ever. That always wants to just stand there and just stare at her before they can pull the trigger.
And gloat before they pull the trigger, right?
Tony Baker does a skit about how the villain always gets caught. Like he has to have a soliloquy right before shooting his victim instead of just going and shooting. He has to do this diatribe.
I know
exactly. And so he was like, "You should have stayed in your lane.
Yeah,
you should have."
And then the person's gone by the time we turn back around. I know it's actually talking about Miss Honey.
Yep. But Unique made a beeline from New Jersey back to New York. He made the Queens.
He knew what time it was. He knew they was coming.
What time it was?
Yep.
When he put his hand out and lifted her up, I was like, they're gonna be together.
Yep. You were gonna shoot my baby.
Yep.
Outside.
My boo.
Yep. Yep.
My boo.
And she was so confused and perplexed. She didn't know what to think of that. That caught her completely off guard. She didn't know how to process that. But I was here for that moment. Unique.
I think they got one of them situations. If anybody gonna kill you, it's gonna be me.
Yep.
Right.
It's gonna be me. Nobody's gonna take my pride away of kicking or defeating you. Nobody's gonna take that moment away from me. It has to be me.
Anybody cuts your water off, it's gonna be me.
It's absolutely gonna be me.
But what was even more powerful than him helping her up was the fact that he turned his back on her to go out, and make sure that the area was clear. And she picked up her gun, he turned his back on her. So, he's letting his guard down around her and trusting her. They formed an alliance right then in that moment. They formed their alliance.
Unique, I wouldn't mind making you breakfast.
Yeah, I don't think she would have. I don't think she would.
I wasn't saying that.
They need each other now. They need each other.
I wasn't saying that's what I was expecting her to do, but I was saying the mere fact that he turned his back to her.
Oh, gotcha. Yeah,
that was just that was even more powerful than the fact that he saved her alone, because that just meant that they're bearing the hatchet. It was just a sign that they're bearing the hatchet.
They both got a common enemy at this point. They got the same enemy.
Yep.
And I think once that enemy is gone,
they just took out my left. They just took out my right hand man. And I knew they was coming up here. So we gonna get a plan and we're gonna do them in.
Yep. So we're definitely gonna see this new duo, this new team, and I think that's gonna be a force to be reckoned with, because I think they're gonna fuck some shit up.
How long though? How long? Because
I don't think it's gonna be long.
I mean, we're not getting years into things. I don't know what season 3 is going to be. If we're going to be in 1993, if we're still going to be in 1992, if we will progress in 1997. Like, I just want to see some longevity with some of the characters.
They should do a jump. They should definitely do a jump.
I think they need to do a jump after the events of this night. I think after the events of this night, they should do a jump, because we still need to see closure of this night. We haven't seen full closure yet of this night, because Sal's still out there. They took out all the hitters, but Sal's still out there. They didn't take him out. So there's still a looming threat, and we still got to see what happens to Rock. We got to see what happens to Marvin. So I think when we get season 3, we're going to pick right back up where we left off this night. And then maybe by episode 2 or 3, maybe get a skip in time. But I think they can't skip right now, because we still got to get closure from this night.
Not skip far ahead, but yeah, I don't think skip far ahead. Just skip like a couple of years, like 3 or 4 years. If we just keep doing this, it's gonna be like season 10 before he's even get to like that 50.
They can't do that, because they're not at a stopping point for this time frame, because we still got to figure out what's going on with Kanan, and so I think in order for them to do a time jump.
No, I don't understand what you're saying though, Retro. Why can't they do that?
Because this story arc isn't complete yet. It is incomplete. This night itself isn't done. I mean, they left too many things open. Sal's still out there. That's a looming threat. The whole
I see what you mean. They can't jump so many years ahead, because we won't know what was happened with Sal.
Exactly. We got to see what happened with Juliana. We got to see what happens with Kanan.
Oh, yeah.
There's too many story arcs that are open right now before they can close this and move forward 3 years later. They can't do that. They got to finish the story that they didn't get to finish telling us.
They planned it, yeah. Yeah, you're right.
You and really are really good at keeping up with time.
Until Kanan turns on his mom, I feel like you can't even do that.
Yeah.
I think Kanan needs to turn on his mom first, and then you can do this.
And then there's still so many questions that he has to ask that she has to answer before they can move the story along. I think they can move the story along next season, but it's going to have to be after these events right here have been resolved.
Unless they go forward and then they go backwards.
I mean, like some kind of weird Pulp Fiction thing kind of thing.
We've seen it before. Like they go forward and we be like, okay, what the hell? And then next thing you know, like maybe like 3rd or 4th episode, then they go backwards and then show what led up to the point that they at now.
All depends. hopefully there is a next season. You know, what about this whole 50 thing with the whole deal and everything?
They're filming right now.
Fifth got like 3 major networks trying to holler at him about all this stuff.
Oh, really?
That's
what we were wondering about.
Yeah.
Like, what are they gonna do?
I think season 3 is in production already.
Wow, that's crazy.
It is in production, but who's gonna get it? Is it gonna be Stars? Now, Stars owns the franchise, don't they?
No. I think they own. I think they buy so many seasons at a time.
Oh, I see.
Yeah.
Okay.
I think so too. Okay. Yeah,
that's why he's able to pull the plug on it.
Yeah, I think
that's why he said he got 3 major networks trying to get out.
Wow.
Yeah, I think
but he didn't say which networks.
Nah, he ain't say which networks. He just said he got 3 major joints trying to get at him about the whole Power series.
I still think we got a season or 2 left with Stars. I think
you know what I'm saying. What's the other ones? Force and the joint. All of them,
the
BMF,
ABC,
all of them.
ABC had ABC with Live too, so maybe that.
Yeah. I doubt it'd be on ABC.
It needs to stay with another cable network. It needs to go like Showtime.
It's too gully for ABC.
Yeah, it's too
That's
gully.
the Full House channel.
HBO Max.
Yeah. Oh, I know. That's what I'm saying. Maybe they want to like upgrade. You know, maybe they might make it like a streaming service and just to kind of buy that so that people could try to buy them. You know,
streaming service.
I think it's gonna move to like Netflix or something of that nature.
I don't see it on Netflix either. I would like for it to be on Netflix, but I don't want to binge it. I don't want to
binge it either.
I would love to binge it.
I don't know.
It wouldn't be the same. It wouldn't be the same if we were binging it.
If I binge it though, that's the end of reviewing it though. I can't review it and binge it.
Yeah, if I'm binging, I'm doing the first day. I'm killing that whole season the first day if they do that.
Yeah, but you got to think about it like this: if it's 10 episodes, what's the average person able to binge 10 episodes in one day? It's like
Ozark. I know I can. No, you're right. You know, Ozark was crazy.
Ozark I wasn't able to binge all them episodes in one day.
Yeah, I did Ozark.
Too much going on.
Yeah, Red Road, all of it.
Because we're so invested in the show, and we've been reviewing it for so many years, and we've gotten used to the per week episode. It wouldn't feel right. It wouldn't feel right to watch. Just think about how disappointing that'd be. You finish the whole season in a day, and then you got a whole year after that to wait for another season.
That's true.
Not only even that, you just gotta wait till everybody sees them all before you can talk to them about it. You know what I'm saying?
True.
Like
everybody
a lot of what makes this show great is all of the commentary that goes on around it. So
and the suspense of what's going to happen in the next episode.
Yeah,
yeah. They can't do that to us. I don't want to.
Netflix is good for some things, but like this right here, we need to keep it. It has become such a cult favorite. You know what I mean?
No, you're right.
Unless he's
even with all our complaints about it.
I don't even want it on Hulu either. I mean, I get Hulu does shows per week, but I don't think that this type of show lives in the streaming world. Because we haven't seen anything like this in the season world that isn't in syndication. We need a show like this to be on a network. A show like this, it needs to be an anchor for a network, just like it was.
I think the only reason it's popular though is that it's been streaming on Stars because Fox and those don't keep shows this long at all. I fell in love with some really great shows on Fox, and they don't even last the whole season.
But I think he's able to do that though. Like if we take it to Hulu and do it week by week, that's just gonna jump Hulu numbers because you see so many people have already said
for sure.
Not on Power no more. Let me cancel the
Yeah, Hulu ain't gonna play that show at early game. Hulu don't do that.
Demo, thank you for hanging out with us tonight. We appreciate it. Thank you so much.
Good looking out, Demo. Demo, remember the name.
I think that
see you, Demo.
I think it would be better for Showtime because Showtime ain't got nothing going on over there for them.
No,
they ain't got nothing going over. HBO ain't got nothing really going on over there for them. So it needs to be.
HBO got HBO Max, so they kind of
moving. Because whatever network that this show lands on is going to instantly drive up its subscriber count. It's going to instantly drive the network to a whole nother level. So I think that it needs to stay on like a Showtime. But I guess it all depends on where the money talks. So,
exactly. It could be anybody. Exactly. Whoever wants it the most, you know, they can make their subscriber jump just by buying it. So I feel like it could be anybody.
Yep. That'll be a good stock to invest in. Yep.
I just want the continuity of the show to stay the same.
That's
man.
what scares me.
Don't
That's
no
what
fool
scares
out
me.
please.
Continuity. Yeah. Yeah.
Please. Like this, it was amazing that we got a whole season that was really great, right? A whole season, no complaining for me. That's
no,
huge.
it was definitely better than Force. I would definitely tell you that.
So
Force was,
and it's definitely better than Book
I
2.
can watch an episode of Smurfs that's better than Force.
You
Man,
right.
look, y'all ain't talking down.
Force
Started
you
off
know,
slow, but Force
and I like
game
Tommy so
cracked
much,
me.
man. Like I don't understand how it was
not
so
like
bad.
Force at all. I can watch
But it was the
Gargamel
same
do his
way.
thing.
With what's I can't even think of this. It's slipping my mind. The Tariq. It was the same way. First season, same way.
Yeah, the first season was bad.
Exactly.
The
So
second season
Force
was
is the
fire.
same way.
Yeah, the second season was
I
fire.
agree. I agree, but I just feel
agree.
Force was on some like the worst out of them all. Like,
Yeah, it was. It was. And Book 2 last season was only good because of the star power that they have. If they didn't have that star power that they had on Book 2, then that show would be so whack. You got Method Man, Mary J. Blige. People are watching just because of them alone.
Yeah.
You know, the star power is what makes that show interesting. If we didn't have, and then the fact that we have characters that are spun off from the other show, like Sack, Rodriguez, Stern. So that's what is going to always keep a little element of viewership going over there for that book. But if that book didn't have those characters in it, the story wouldn't be as interesting to us as Raising Kanan. And the only reason why Raising Kanan is as popular to us is because of Jukebox and Kanan. You know?
And that's why I feel it's stupid to kill all characters, because just like you were saying with Stacks and all those other people, we know them for so long, it keeps you somewhat invested in those people.
It keeps you more invested in those characters because you want to see how their story ends. And see, now we know how Kanan and Jukebox story ends. We just want to know how they got there. So, but
I want to see a lot more with Jukebox. I think Jukebox
before we wrap up this week. So next week we're going to start something a little different. We're going to start some trivia games, and we're going to do some prizes. So we're going to do. We're probably going to start off with season 2. Power Book 3, Raising Kanan. So we're gonna do season 2. So we're gonna do a little trivia game. So those of you who want to participate, come back next Sunday. We're gonna do a trivia game. We're gonna give out first, second, third place prizes or whatever. So let's test your power knowledge. So we're fresh off of
these guys are smart too. So nothing easy. We don't need easy
power knowledge.
Yeah. Oh no, we're not going to give them no easy questions. They're not going to.
These guys are smart. They've watched the seasons. Yep. They know. Yep. They know our characters. They can take the hard stuff.
Oh yeah, I watched every episode like 5 times in that day. Yeah, please give me something really hard.
We're gonna put it on them. And so we're also going to be doing some other trivia games. We're probably going to do one for P Valley. Need to get with the panel and decide what we're going to do with BMF. So we're going to just come up with some new content for you guys. We're going to keep the little power thing going for a little while until we jump on to a new show. We need to figure out where we're at on Bel Air season 2. We need to go out here and check that out and see what's going on with it. So as usual, we appreciate you guys hanging out with us tonight. I enjoyed the season overall. I'll give it a 9.5. Is my score for the season?
I give it a 9 out of 10. I give it a 9 out of 10, definitely.
I'll give it an 8 out of 10.
Okay.
It got me back every week at midnight to watch it, so I give it a 9 out of 10.
Yeah, it had me up.
I give it a 10 because I give it 10 just off of that fact. I wasn't up every Saturday or Sunday midnight, watching Force, and even with parts of Book 2. I watched that joint on Sunday. But they were on a Sunday after football game or something. But this,
yeah, I was up every 12:01. I was like, "Yo, where is it? Why is it not uploaded? What's going on?"
Offline, I told them how sleepy I was because of my work schedule. I set my alarm until 9:00 here because it comes on 9:00 here. Because I'm West Coast. Set my alarm for 9:00 so I can get up and watch it. Yep. So if it grasps my attention that much. And trust me, it's a lot of other stuff that I could watch. I give it a 10.
This episode alone had us on the edge. This episode alone had us on the edge. So I agree.
Oh, we are gonna do.
I remember that there was that one week.
Yep,
there was
we
that
are
one
going
week
to,
where it was like,
lipstick and laces. And since Really B's not here, Miss Honey, it's on you.
Boop, boop, boop. Okay, so I want to match my shirt a little bit. This is Lover by Juvia's Place. Super pretty. Really, really, really nice red. Dries down matte. You can see how red it is. Like blood red. It dries down matte, ladies, so that you can have your drinks and not leave behind your lipstick. Boop, boop.
Okay.
Okay, that's dope.
Okay. All right. We're going to go to our guest for tonight, Mr. Planet Paperboy. What's up with the laces?
all right, just do what I was told. I got the.
So wiry.
Oh, thank you. I bought them from a very nice source. So yeah.
Okay.
But yeah.
You bought the arms?
I bought the arms. I don't work out. I just purchased the arms I want and keep it moving. But yeah, just like the arms, I purchased the black cement 3s because the unique shoe. So I had to do this for the last.
Unique shoe.
Like the unique shoe.
What did he have on going into the diner?
True blue. Yeah, the true blue 3s. True blue 3s.
Okay, because they look white to me.
They were. These are the shoes that he had on.
Yeah, he had the white blue
unique
3s,
had
but they're the same model.
These are
Yeah.
the ones that he had on.
Oh, I see
He
now.
did the 6s. He did the 6s, the 3s, and the true blues this season, I believe.
Okay.
And the 10s.
That's pretty cool.
He did the 10s too?
Yep, he had Tim's.
Oh,
all
10,
right,
10.
what you got? Oh.
Okay.
Isn't that the same
Absolutely.
shoe?
Yeah,
absolutely.
I like
Got the unique shoe, you know.
Yep,
so definitely.
I can't believe I'm learning
favorites,
shoes.
You know. Quick little history. This is one of the first shoes that exposed the air bubble, and also the first one that donned the Jumpman sign.
You're damn right. He knows his shoe knowledge.
Miss Honey, you see how all of them they did the same thing. I went a little bit different.
Okay.
I went a little bit different, and
I like that retro.
Yo, that's classic.
Wow.
That's classic. Yeah, he got my vote for the best shooter. Yeah, that's
Even
the
sleeping, they got me, Jordan.
My vote. He got me jealous. I need a pair of those, man. Damn.
That was fire.
that was.
I went a little bit different.
Okay.
I'm kind of jealous. Oh, if
I'm jealous too.
I said it today is YSLY
Apple,
apple, bergamot, and dry down with an ample wood. Probably about 3 to 4 hours of performance.
Yes.
But definitely fire. You check out the atomizer if you can see it from my camp. Definitely fire.
Yep. Magnetic cap.
Magnetic cap smells awesome.
Too much, man. I'm making my
apple bangs.
Yep.
I'm making my.
Okay. Good job, fellas. Good job. All right, so there go your lipstick and your laces. Yep, and Fresh Highness had on his Jordan slipper today.
I mean,
the winner. I didn't even get them joints.
Jordan slipper
on the left foot, though. Of course, on the left foot.
There you go. There you go. Good job. Good job.
Very, very unique. No pun intended.
That was pretty cool. That was pretty cool, Fresh, Your Highness.
I like that. Fresh.
Yeah.
You still shine with that one. I like that.
Ain't nobody don't pass me.
Maybe we can do some shoe trivia. Maybe we should do some shoe trivia. That's not a bad idea either.
Oh, definitely. That's a
Mix
good idea.
Up on them. Mix it up on them.
Yeah, let's do that.
Yeah.
And he put them on display, his Jordan slippers. Let me go ahead and go.
Ain't nobody don't pass me.
I never even seen those. Those are dope. I've never seen those. Those are hilarious.
Those are fire.
Yeah, I like
that. Dude. I want them, man. Yeah,
even when you're sleeping, you're wearing Jordan.
I go to the store with them joints. I go to the store for like a late night store trip.
Super warm.
Oh, Disneyville want to know where you got your slippers from, CJ?
Oh man. Hold on.
You knew they were gonna ask that.
I knew.
Do they have like every Jordan like that? Do they have every Jordan slipper?
They didn't have every. So on the tongue it say, I don't know if you can see it, but on the tongue it say Band Goods.
Band.
That's where I got them from. So they
How much
had
were they?
multiple.
How much
But
were
I
they?
don't
Were
know
they
if they
expensive?
still make the slippers. I don't know if they still make them. I've had these joints
I
for
can
like,
Google them joints. You just put in like sneaker
yeah, I've
slippers.
had these
You
joints
know,
for at least
something.
for like 4 years.
Yep.
I've
How much
had
they
them
cost? Like $50?
These.
$20.
Yeah.
That's
You about right. Once they add on like tax and shipping,
Yeah, I can see it going for like 50. Yeah.
kind of close to like $40-$50.
Yep.
Yeah.
So,
I
but I can just tell you off gate, like your feet cold, your feet gonna sweat in these.
That's why I wear Uggs.
It look
And
like a
do not wear them outside because they do not have a hard bottom. They have a soft.
Uh-oh. Okay.
they're meant for the
No
And
house.
now
grip.
wear them to the
Outside, you wanna get
convenience
that hard.
store, sir.
Right, they're meant for the house.
Oh, I still can. I got tremendous balance. I can still pull that off. It's not in the snow time.
Okay, what Pulls Our Teeth says they have them for $45.
Yeah, that sounds about right. Yep.
That's
Yep.
why I say don't make
That's
the trivia hard. They done went and found the shoe, priced the shoe,
That's
all
yeah.
of
That's
that.
how,
No,
that's how much I
make
was paying.
trivia easy.
We're gonna put
No
Ronald on
easy
that shit.
trivia. It flies in the face of our viewers. They're too
Yeah.
smart for easy trivia.
Yeah, we're gonna put that trivia on there.
We're just too obsessed with sneakers. That's why.
Yep.
Well, I am.
And you know we got to get DJ Fresh or Hotness back on here to spin some records for us one time. So
Oh,
That smells awesome.
yeah,
We need to get Paperboy to make some drinks too.
yeah, we got to get
most
Paperboy.
deaf, most deaf.
How much does dry ice cost exactly?
Yeah, we're
What's
gonna get Paperboy to make us the drinks.
Oh, I'll definitely make it a drinks, man. We
DJ
gotta get someone to
Fresh
drive y'all home though.
DJ Fresh or Hotness gonna play us some music, and we're gonna have us another block party. So we need to go ahead and get that scheduled. Yep, great affordable gift for us sneakerheads. Yep,
It's
Those
great.
slippers.
Yeah, it's definitely affordable. Like I said, they comfy.
Yep.
It's been times I fell asleep in them, but like I said, they will make your feet sweat ridiculously.
And much cheaper than the
Corn
actual
chip.
shoe. And
Affordable sneakerhead. That's a word I never heard. Affordable sneakerhead.
affordable sneakerheads. I like that. Yeah,
I like that.
I wish.
Right.
All right, fam. Well, we are out of here this week. We'll be back next week. We'll start this trip. First round of trivia. We'll announce the prizes on our community wall once we decide what they're going to be. But y'all know, if anybody who knows, TSF Entertainment give out great gifts. So never know.
Great one.
I think I'm gonna be a troll in the chat and guess all the answers so I can get all the great
you
gifts.
can't participate. You can't. This is for subscribers only. It's for subscribers only. Subscribers only. So do not subscribe to the channel.
But I forgot you give out great gifts.
Yeah, but you can get. We talk about that offline. If you are not a subscriber, you cannot participate. It's for subscribers only. So y'all come through. Make sure y'all subscribe. Make sure y'all check out that community wall. Let y'all selves be known. Because when we announce the trivia, if you're not a subscriber, then it will go to the next person who is. So we're gonna do a first, second, third place. So we'll see.
Hit that like, subscribe, guys. Hit that like button, man.
You never
Tell
know.
your mother, tell your father, tell
You
your
never
mother
know.
and your father.
We might give away a pair of sneakers, so you never know.
Exactly, man.
You never know. These boys, they love these shoes now. So I mean, I'm saying, you never know what we might give out.
So I'm down to do that. I got enough. I can definitely give one out for a winner. Hell yeah. Nah.
Listen, we got fragrances galore. We got fragrances galore.
Unisex.
You never know what the
Unisex
prize
fragrances.
may be. You never know. We got baccarat on deck. We got all kind of stuff. We got.
About to go to the rat.
Listen,
You never know what retro got. He about to
you
go
never
to the
know.
rat.
It's like spin. It's like Wheel of Fortune. We got lotions. We got all kind of stuff around here. So we got good gifts. Maybe even
And then
some
what's
cash
behind door
prizes.
number 1 and door number 2. I
Yep.
like those prices.
Maybe even do some cash prizes. So y'all make sure y'all subscribe to the channel. Y'all come through, and we will see you guys next week.
Take care.